Welcome back, everybody, to Speedruns Today. Our first story of the evening. Nintendo fans are in an absolute frenzy over a new discovery in Donkey Kong Country. Apparently, by holding left, pressing down, and questioning your life decisions for a full 45 minutes, you can skip an entire level. Biologists are confused and baffled because gorillas can, in fact, teleport and clip through the walls. They just don't do it because of the tax implementations. Our next story, Valve has stunned the world by completely revolutionizing the amount of money that you need to pay for their video game console. It is now a true fact that you can purchase the Nintendo Switch 2 and every single exclusive game for the same price, actually cheaper than a Steam Deck. Our first game of this evening, Super Mario Sunshine Any Percent. We will be heading to the Isle Delfino. Folks, a beautiful tropical paradise completely ruined by a shadow clone of Mario who frames him for vandalism. Sound familiar? It's exactly what mainstream media is trying to do to me right now. I did not ruin Isle Delfino. I need a lawyer. I need a lawyer right now. Inkstar, welcome to GDQ. My name is Jiggy, and I'm going to be here. Can you save me from this?
Hello. I can absolutely try my best. I'm Inkstar. I'm going to be doing a run of any percent, specifically no ace. We can touch up on what that means during the intro, because there's going to be around 6 minutes of an intro. I've got some of my friends helping commentate. If you guys would like to introduce yourselves.
Hello, I also run this game, and with me in commentary, there's...
Oh, I see. Let's see, it's Pumpman. Used to be a top runner of this game, slightly retired, slightly not retired. I still know a lot. Yeah, we're here to commentate, give you good insight, and Inkstar's here to give you good gameplay. We've done this before. We opened up the last GDQ in-person event, and yeah, let's have a good time.
Yeah, so I'm ready whenever everybody else is ready, because we're gonna run through a lot of information during the opening cutscenes.
Yeah, I think we should be good to start.
Good?
I am ready to rock and roll whenever you are. I need my lawyer, Inkstar.
All right, let's go then. Clean up the place. I'm ready. I'll start a countdown in 3, 2, 1, go. So there's around 6 minutes of cutscenes. Nowadays, people run typically with hacked file, which is a way to skip these opening cutscenes. But for the sake of marathons and explaining about the run and whatnot, we're gonna play through them anyway. So any percent involves defeating Shadow Mario in each world, which is the 7th shine of each world. We're gonna be doing that. There is technically a faster any percent. So I mentioned this is no ace because ace was found where you don't have to collect those shines. But we are not going to be doing ace today. That is a whole different thing now.
You don't want to beat the game in 20 minutes?
Yeah, it's like under 20 minutes now. So we're going to be running through each world, defeating Shadow Mario, beating Bowser, and calling it there. So yeah, most players run on hacked file nowadays. Because yeah, the intro cutscenes and like the beginning of the run is very RNG oriented. So it's a lot.
Yeah, very, very early on, there was like a lot of resets. So there was discussion for years about like trying to find ways to skip the intro. There used to be a thing called race file, which just skips the entirety of Airstrip and the cutscenes and everything. But people didn't like it because it would skip actual gameplay. So that was the main reason why that never went through. But hacked file was this sort of compromise where if you use like the memory card to like hack the game file, you can have all the gameplay but skip all the cutscenes, and people were very satisfied with that compromise to be able to skip the beginning stuff. But you could do new file, like it's not like you only have to run on hacked file. There's also Peach file, which a lot of people who run on 3D All-Stars, they use that because it just skips the first 2 cutscenes. You still have to watch the core cutscene, but it's like the most vanilla way to skip some cutscenes, essentially.
Is there even a way to do hack file on Switch? I don't think there is a way.
I think people found a way now, but it used to. I think it was like very recently, but I have not been up to date with hacked file. I think for the most part, people would just use either Peach file or new file.
Yeah, yeah, and Switch is its own category because of.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or just play on the Wii, not the 3D All-Stars version.
Yeah.
Those people run on Wii. There's not too many 3D All-Stars runners because very different game. Well, not
Can
that
you give me
different
like,
overall.
like what do you mean by that? Like that was actually I'm very curious to know like how dramatically different because I know it's widescreen, but like
Well, there's Serena 6 glitch.
the button instead of the R button. Like what else we got?
Yeah, there's a couple of things.
I suppose Serena 6 glitch is like the biggest purity reason why you wouldn't really want to directly compare runs. Like Serena 6, you're supposed to clean a bunch of goop, and on 3D All-Stars, the timer can just like end, and you could just happen to save like 30 seconds, and that's kind of absurd.
Is Serena 6 for those who don't know Mario Sunshine is the race to clean the
Serena Beach. Yeah.
the Serena
Yeah,
Beach.
clean like the whole beach off. Yeah.
Which if I remember correctly, correct me if I am wrong, in the Japanese version of this title is extremely hard. You have to get like
Correct.
91 or it's like 98% of all the goop or something like
like a
that.
90.
It's actually that was a bit of misinformation.
Yeah.
It's a bit of misinformation.
Really?
The number of pixels is the same if you like. I think some of the guys like actually looked into it, and the raw like number of pixels of goop left count is the same between US PAL and the Japanese version. However, in the Japanese version, the way that the game like renders pixel frames is a bit different. So like on paper, the requirement is the same, but like what the game considers like a clean particle of goop is stricter on JP.
Yeah, so technically it's the same, but it's also like, yeah. I believe on Dolphin too, if you switch the video mode, it can also like make it easier or harder because it like changes between like JP and the US versions, if I remember right. Like you can purposely toggle it, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, and like with 3D All-Stars, it's basically just an emulation of the game. They didn't like remake it. Like I feel like with Galaxy, they feel like they did a very good job of like. It's also like an emulation, but they remade it fairly well. But when Sunshine 3DS first came out, like there is a very clear indication of like using an emulator, and that's with moving platforms. With like a Bianco 6 is like the prime example. There are these white dots that connected where the platforms went, and that was just like such a clear indicator that this is just a pure emulated portion of the game. They didn't put any effort into like making it look good.
It's kind of goofy. It's very different. And when you use Flood on the Switch version, it like has a charge before it actually starts spraying water, like a small one, which is kind of like it'll like spurt out just a little bit of water and then start spraying, which is very inconvenient as well. But
It does have faster load times, so
It does.
it's technically faster.
Yeah, it does have faster load times. There is more native input lag, which is no fun if you're a retro gamer who likes playing on CRTs and stuff. And there is, I guess, with the Flood thing with digital analog presses, can't you do like backflip cancels much more consistently, or something like that? Yeah.
Possibly. We'll see what backflip cancels mostly when entering Pinna. I don't know if you still do like the Pianta ones. Or
every now and then, but it's pretty rare.
Yeah, you'll see them in Pinna. Basically, what the backflip cancel is when Mario, if you hold down digital R like all the way, you press A, you do a backflip. But there's a very short window where you can switch to the hover nozzle, and that allows Mario to like quickly move backwards at like a low height. And there's very niche scenarios like re-entering a level, for example. So when you re-enter, it's like it saves like 0.1 or 0.2 each time, and that adds up.
Yeah.
But the cutscenes are almost over. We're gonna be getting started. We're gonna be unlocking Bianco. But in terms of just where this game has been recently, I guess we can talk about that a little bit. Because Sunshine used to be one of the forerunners of speedrunning. It's people still know Sunshine in terms of like the main speedrunning, but when you don't hear like the big names like Bouncy Boy or Dide anymore, but the runners who are still running, like Inkstar and Wildfire are the top 2 of any percent. It used to be with me and Tobo up there as well. We've sort of stepped away. But there were a lot of races with the grinding to the 113, the 112. Tobo being the first person to get the 112, even though he's been running for over a decade. I think it's like 14 or 15 years now that he's been running. It's insane. But now Inkstar currently holds the record. You got the 3x, right? What's it?
Yeah, it's at 2x now. It's down to...
Oh, 2x.
Yeah. Like last year we got down to... Was it last year or was it 2024 where 112 happened? Actually, it was 2024.
It was
I'm pretty sure it was late 24.
Yeah.
late 24, yeah.
So it's been...
Because I got mine early 25.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
It's crazy. I just realized the other day I've actually had record for 1 year now, which is like... I never thought that would happen. I just tried to do an instant kill where you can time a spam spray, which is this input, where you can blast water. I tried to time that to knock down Shadow Mario. Unfortunately, didn't get it there. Hopefully I can show that later on.
Yeah, because Shadow Mario has like a set health bar, where when you spray it for a consistent amount of time, it goes down.
Yeah.
There's some scenarios, like with Penna, he has like more health. If he's in the air, he can't be knocked down. If he's in the water, he can't be knocked down. So it's very specific points where Shadow Mario can be knocked down. Yeah. And we'll try to abuse that with a couple quick kills where we try to do that spam spray to kill him immediately before he goes into his animation of doing a bunch of jumps or jumping into water or jumping and doing something else.
We're skipping Bianco 1. We're going straight to Bianco.
Oh, good spider, good spider.
Very good spider. The spider is complete RNG. But it's sort of reaction based because like, a lot of times you get like a fairly good spider. There is a fairly small chance that the spider could just despawn. If it gets like stuck against the wall and tries to go out, it just despawns, so he has to go and get a further spider.
Yeah.
But thankfully that didn't happen.
Yeah,
and now we get to hang out with Peter for the first time out of the 2, I think?
Yep.
Or 3? No, 2.
Oh, the first time.
PD's 2, there's 3 blooper fights.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you skip one.
You skip
Oh,
one.
spoiler.
You skip.
Spoiler. My.
It's okay, we'll get there. So the way I'm defeating him is standing at the side of him. It causes him to instantly turn and try to throw up goop. And then from there, I'm backflipping and just spam spraying into his mouth, just fill him up instantly. Just abusing I don't know if it was intentional, but standing next to him makes him like instantly attack, so you can instantly knock him down.
Yeah.
There's a
also. Yeah, I'll let Pumps talk about this, like the arrow.
Oh, I wasn't talking about the arrow. I was just thinking there's a fine line between getting it as fast as turn of possible and getting headbutt.
Well, that
oh,
was my
yeah,
question,
true.
was like how crazy is that? Because whenever I've tried something like that, he does big headbutt.
Yeah, so you have to stand like next to him. If you're too far in front of him, he attacks with a headbutt.
I think it's like an 80-degree angle or something.
It's not quite 90. Yeah, it's not quite 90. Oh, also there was a frame perfect shine grab we missed, but because we were talking about the PD.
Yeah.
That one's tough.
Time to ground pound. So we'll ground pound those shines because you carry your ground pound momentum after the cutscene. It's kind of similar to 64, where if you start a ground pound under the shine as well, your speed instantly decreases. You'll fall into it.
It's so crazy.
So Ink's gonna be going for a one slide.
You all, we're gonna be talking about Bianca 5 next. My question, like, I know that Peter has an RNG
good entry
there, right?
Yeah. Bianco 5.
Yeah, he does have RNG.
There's a little bit of downtime after I wake him up where I'll be able to like really explain what's gonna happen, but it is purely a luck level, which is why Hack File is so like prominent now. It's like mostly Bianco 5 because without Hacked File, we would have to watch 6 minutes cutscenes, get to Bianco 5, and then pray that we don't lose like 30 seconds to a minute.
30 minutes feels like
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Also, that was like a near perfect Bianco 3.
One of the hardest levels looked like cake to me. Like when I was a kid, the secret levels. When you give Mario a jetpack, you then take it away. That's devastating for a child. Like
Yeah, no,
young
those are the
Jiggy.
hardest levels, for sure. We're defeating this plant immediately, but we're not going to be entering Rico after it comes up. We're actually going to be doing something called travel skip. We're going to go back to Bianco during the cutscene where Rico rises after this plant, or the boathouse. We're trying to minimize the cutscenes that play after you leave a level. And by doing this early, we get this funky re-entry to Bianco. And now when we leave Bianco 4, we're not going to have a cutscene of that plant being there again, because that adds up like 3 seconds every time there's an extra cutscene. So just minimizing.
Yeah, fun.
Also happens a bit more later too, where after Bianco, we're not gonna do all of Bianco in one visit. We're actually gonna come back to Bianco later, and that's really just due to event cutscenes as a whole. Where like after 5 shines, something else unlocks, so it's faster for us just to immediately go deal with the thing that's unlocked, compared to staying and trying to finish all of Bianco.
Yeah.
Alright, outside of grabbing the rope, that was a pretty good Bianco 4. Bianco 3 was really good. Besides quick kill, Bianco 2 was really good. So like, maybe there were 2 hiccups, but other than those 2 hiccups, it's a really good Bianco so far. But, second PD is the main gatekeeper of Bianco. That's why, like, even at a high level, you could really lose, like, 8 seconds to gameplay before PD, and you're like, it doesn't really matter. We have to, like, still see the most important part.
Based on his flight pattern? Is that
Yes.
the RNG?
Yes.
There's also
what do we see
tornadoes,
here?
but the main thing is the flight pattern.
Okay, so standing next to him in Peter 2 doesn't work.
It does still, but we have to
Oh.
knock him down to fight him. That's why the pattern he takes when he's flying around is important, so we can knock him down sooner to fight him.
Yeah, and when he gets knocked down, it's random whether or not it is a tornado. If it is a tornado, then you stand to the side and you make him look
Yes.
at you. But there's a chance that he might just open his mouth immediately and not throw a tornado.
Yeah.
I love the pigs that you don't see ever again in this game.
Yeah.
Points,
It's funny
the points
because
are there officially, yeah.
points, yeah. They're an inconvenience over at that side of the map because they can't get in your way while you're fighting PD.
Oh, for new players are the worst. I would actually get so upset losing time to those, like, just charging right into Flood.
I did not.
Were you a little too far forward? You're a little too far forward. You could
I
lose a
didn't need
couple.
to die.
Everyone's lost a couple of seconds there.
Yeah, so we've got to throw a tornado, so I stand next to him, so he turns and knock him down. Yeah, I accidentally dove, which, you know, not too far forward, but it's fine. Low
I had a
water,
feeling.
defeat some goobles, get some
I was
water.
worried about your water there.
Yeah, so
You could always jump on a Google if you're under
Set
50%.
patterns where after that first spot, he will always go to the second spot here, and then now he can go one of 2 ways. If he goes straight down near the hill, that's the second best pattern. If he goes over the village, it could be good, but can send him all different directions. So we're hoping he just leans towards the hill.
This is a good, like, once he goes to, like, the first spot he went to in this spot, you're usually like, yes, it's usually not gonna, oof.
Yeah, but he's gonna go over the village, sadly. But might just go straight.
He could settle, I think.
it's okay.
Yeah, either 3 of these spots are fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, not the
spot
worst.
is like one of the best to get because once he goes down that first spot, the second spot is guaranteed good, and then the third one could be anything. And this third spot was unfortunate, but it's not the worst.
It could have been much worse. It could have been much, much worse.
It also could have been perfect. So,
Yeah,
That's it
Yeah,
for
it could have been
Peter
perfect, so
Piranha.
it's not good.
He's off to go play Mario Kart Double Dash now.
that's right. Double dash.
Or Mario Baseball, too. He was a home run hitter
True,
in
he
Mario
is in
Baseball.
he is in Mario Superstar Baseball.
I remember when I... Sorry, go on. I was gonna make an anecdote about PD and Mario Baseball, but that's not the purpose of this showcase.
Mario Baseball is kind of a bonkers game. I don't know if you've all played it. It
I've
has
never played it.
way too much complexity. It's If you want a baseball game that's like way overcomplicated than it needs to be, and it's a Mario game, Mario Superstar Baseball. It rules.
I agree.
So again, minimizing travel distance and cutscenes and whatnot. We're going to Gelato right now instead of later on. We're not finishing Bianca. We're gonna go back to it. We're gonna just do Gelato.
Ink, when was the last time you did any other level ever other than Gelato 1?
I started doing 120 Shine actually after I got home from the GDQ 2026. I actually switched to 120 Shine for a bit. So I started doing Gelato. I thought I was about to get sniped.
Yeah, you almost got Goomy.
I know that
happens quite a bit.
Yeah, that
Ink put a lot of effort into like 120 shines and like completely grinding it out. And there's like a sort of a small shouts to Akane, who's like a legendary 120 shines runner, where we knew that 120 shines could be pushed for a really, really long time, but no one really did it. And then Akane sort of just stepped forward and really grinded it out, really practiced it out, and got 249 so quickly. It motivated me, and I'm guessing it motivated Ink as well. Like
On U file too, not even on hack file.
Yeah, on U file.
120 shines, pretty crazy.
Alright, so Ink just got IL GBS, which is pretty sick.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
usually, you have to line up the coconut and set the camera angle correctly and sort of just run into the coconut. But theoretically, you could just skip all those steps if you run into the coconut correctly, and Ink did that.
The only thing is, like, it is a pure luck strat. There's skill to it, but it's also just pure luck whether it lets you clip in or not because of the way that GBS works. Some spots, the coconut barely doesn't give you enough speed to clip in, or like some precise amount that just doesn't let you clip in. I'm gonna try an instant kill here.
Yeah. So you can sort of see there, if he got that spam spray at the right time, it would have skipped, like, he wouldn't have done those 2 extra jump dives, he would have just fell right there. And there's a couple of scenarios where we're trying to skip Shadow Mario from doing those jumps, because he can't be killed when he's in the air. So if you get it immediately, it's great, it saves that time of him doing those extra jump dives. And those add up, the Shadow Mario instas add up.
Yeah, it's like 2 seconds roughly per, I think.
So now he's gonna be going for a peck entry. There's an invisible wall there that you can wall kick off of. If he does, one wall kick doesn't give enough height, so he needs to go into Y cam and use the momentum from the wall kick to turn himself into the wall again to get even more height towards Pianta. And it sort of saves time compared to just going to the Shine Gate and doing Pianta early. I would say it's a new strat, like a recent strat, but it's not.
The chomplets are random here.
I'm gonna try something
They are.
here. So
Yeah, I've seen this.
yeah, Plankton, I believe, was the one, Plankton's secret formula, found like a way to jump and throw.
Ooh, best pattern. Nice. What a split. What a split. Damn.
Wow.
Dang, that's
The way
really good.
to throw the chomplets out of a jump throw instead of the normal strat, which is just pull back and let go. He found that you can like jump and throw it, which saves a little bit of time in any percent if you can do it like I did, which I got very lucky in. I don't know, I pulled it off, which is sick because I haven't done that properly before. So that was cool. Pianta 2, I believe it was 3 years ago now, right? There was like
That's 3 years ago.
there was a new
Oh wow, it's been 3 years. Yeah, it was 3 years. It was
Yeah.
2023. It was
crazy,
2023.
right?
Feels like yesterday.
It does. That was a good year for this game.
Yeah.
So normally this level is an auto scroller, which it still is, but there was a strat found where if you read this sign and then go to the end of the level, the first text box that Piantissimo will start yapping, it'll come out like instantly instead of having like a small delay of like 0.4 or 0.3, somewhere around.
You also need Mario facing a specific angle. I still never understood. That's like something for Noki Doki's brain to explain.
I think
Yeah,
it's like the same angle. Oh,
Oh, you was
I think
anticipating.
it's like the
that.
same
That's
angle
very sad. That's insane.
as the
That's
sign,
really
or as the
bad.
sign.
And you're anticipating the text coming up and you were just outside of range, I guess?
I think so. That's
Yeah, that must have been it.
that is an embarrassing mistake to make.
Yeah, because the run was actually good. This was actually like a good run, like a solid run for a showcase. Whatever, it's still gonna be a
The
good
auto
fun run.
scroller of all levels.
No.
It's fine.
Yo. Oh.
It's fine.
It's all good. I mean, then we can spend this time to talk about Piano 3 that's coming up, because that's, like, casually a very difficult shine. Like, the entire Pianta village is completely covered in goop, but, like, in a lot of games, there's damage boosting, where if you get hit by something, you can jump across the lava without getting hit. Because in Mario Sunshine, you can get damaged by the lava and Mario will just keep bouncing. You have no control. You can control him slightly, but it's not a lot of control. But if you get hit by something else and then you have invincibility frames running over the lava, he can just go straight across. And we use that to skip essentially the entire level.
I'm so curious why I didn't stand in the right spot.
You're just a little too far back.
Bro, I had to be a toe too far back. Like,
Yeah, I think it's like a toe too far back.
I was
did know, like,
surprised too, but it must have been too far back.
that's the only thing I can think of. I don't think I did it too early. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't think you did too
that's-
early either. I watched the replay on my other monitor too. I think it was like a tad back.
Yeah, that's alright. It's only like, what, like a minute or something like that?
It's not bad. You can still get a good time with this. Like, it's not...
Yeah, no, it's fine. That's just crazy.
I was,
Never
yeah.
done that.
Just think about, like, on your GDQ run on stage, you lost like 20 seconds in Rico 6, so you're a third of the way there in terms of your time loss.
Oh, not the best wind boost. It's recoverable with a jump there. Nice.
Yeah, so he did a triple jump on the way to the spot where you get damage boost, and that was actually intentional because the wind will hit you from a further away location, and because it's further away, it strikes you faster, so you just get hit almost immediately. It's a very small time save, but if he was like doing a couple low jumps, the wind would come at him at a slower speed. But it's those little things that add up. But because of the triple jump, it adds a tiny bit of inconsistency where sometimes it might push you in a really uncomfortable way.
Yeah. I've tried to find setups to make it consistent, but as far as I can see, there's no real setup to make the wind consistently bonk you or anything. So this level is just luck, which path prompt goes down. Left is the fastest, which I thankfully got.
And right there you saw like another one of those chain throws. We're gonna be doing another one here where usually you have to like let go of the chain, but if you jump and throw it, Mario can start moving faster. And just like instantly go into the next part of what he needs to do. And if you're holding the chain and holding forward, that's what pushes the chain way forward.
I feel like
Chain
this is
skip
the level
there.
that we can't show PETA. You know, PETA can't see this level. Like leaving their chomp out in the sun like that. Good job, Mario. This shows that you've done good for the community.
He's doing good. He's cleaning up community service
Yeah.
and good jobs. Yeah, so this is another big run killer because no matter what, there's always going to be luck involved with this one too. A lot of Pianta is just like luck, whether something goes well or not. But this level is either you're gonna play. You're either gonna get early cycle or you're not. Like, there's a Pianta at the end of the secret that can either choose to stop for a long time, and then you can talk to him and get a throw to the shine early, or he'll just keep walking, and you will have to wait around 30 seconds for him to come around so you can get thrown to the shine. So
Now, in
I'm
my
gonna try
opinion,
to-
this is actually one of the worst shines in the game because you have to get Yoshi all the way down there, and then you have to pray that you're good at throwing. What's the
Sorry, there's just a lot of tension.
What
There's
advice
just-
do you have to give people that want to learn how to chuck like a chuckster?
He was looking good for early cycle.
It's borderline. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I think it might be okay.
Wow.
Oh wow! I thought he might not be okay.
I had
yeah.
auto closed. I didn't time that myself.
Yes.
So it was just reactionary.
you have to wait there for the Pianta to fully turn around, because wherever the direction the Pianta is facing, he throws you in the opposite direction. So because he had to do a slow turnaround, if Ink mashed through the text, he would have gotten thrown in the completely wrong direction. So he had to wait for it to turn around, but he also had to input a jump right when the text ends to give him that little bit of extra distance to actually make it to the end.
And he took like he moved an extra pixel like at the end there. I thought that would have been the difference. Those are so terrifying. That's why like the I don't know, JJI and Nick were just like holding our breath. We're like, oh god, oh god.
Because I saw it, I was like, it was initially gonna work, and then afterwards I was like, this spot still works, but he's turning around, and I didn't
And on
like
top
that he
of
was
that, I did like
slow
the
turnaround.
last frame I could have possibly jumped to. I cut it really tight.
Yeah.
No, I had to risk
Coming
it,
up is a,
though.
or I guess not coming up, right now is a really fun level to just grind out consistently. On the IO leaderboards, and there's like some people who are on the leaderboard, some are off, but on the leaderboards, Ink currently holds second place, and I hold third in this level. But it's a really fun level to grind out, just cleaning up all 10 Piantas. He's doing a bunch of these like spam spray jumps, which are faster than
260, 215, still really good.
Still solid, yeah.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
allows you to just keep moving from one Pianta to the other, but the main goal is like using Flood to spray the goop from really far away to unlock the Pianta, so he's ready to be cleaned right when Mario gets there.
Yeah, so that was decent.
Bro, this run's actually good, except for
I know.
Pianta 2. It's actually like a really good run. It's actually a really good run.
Like out of nowhere, like everything is perfect except Pianta 2.
That's fine. It'll just be the meme for the next like several months.
You could 113 this. You could 113 like
113, 1x, Death in Pianta 2.
All right. I have a question for all of you. Worst shine in the
Okay.
game. Ink, start us off.
Give me 1 second. I thought I got that. I'm actually kind of surprised I didn't. I tried to get another instant
Okay,
kill,
all right. Pianta Village 7. I get it.
yeah. Worst shrine for me is eel. Personally, I cannot defeat the eel.
We're gonna send you
It's
the
my
dentist
fault.
school, Ink.
Yeah,
It's my
studying.
fault that everyone struggles with EO, and I apologize.
Hey,
let's do honey skip. Let's go over honey skip, then I'll go over my worst shine, which is actually in Pinna. It's in Pinna. So we're trying to dye the frame we proc the cutscene with Shadow Mario kidnapping Peach and going to Pinna. There's a lot of setups that all happen so fast that looks good.
Yeah,
save.
got in the same frame. It's a weird thing where it's a frame perfect trick, but it's lenient. But it's a frame perfect trick.
Yeah. I don't fully understand because it does feel like it's very lenient with it being frame perfect. So I don't know. It's
Yeah, and like in Pinna 1 as well, like he'll be exiting area that just like skips a couple of cutscenes just to explain that part coming up.
yeah.
I think it's because where it's technically frame perfect but doesn't feel frame perfect. It's because the amount that the hover displaces you isn't like the full value of a frame when you're sidestepping.
Yeah.
I don't like pull out a physics chart or something, but
No,
something
that's
like that.
the thing too. Is there's a little bit of leniency as a result
Yeah.
because you can go like in between
Yeah,
the
so-
frame sidestepping. Least favorite shine, punks.
Oh yes. Pinna 4, just because it feels like practicing Pinna 4 doesn't make you better at it. Like the way the turtles or they're called Snooze-a-Koopas, the way the Snooze-a-Koopas move just like does not feel consistent, and I've probably put like hundreds of hours into practicing a shine that like isn't even movement based, and I like still lose 10 seconds for no reason. So my answer is Pinna 4.
Yeah, Ink there, he unfortunately hit one of the bullet bills that was
Oof.
coming out while he shot the rocket. So one of the rockets just like got stuck against the bullet bill and ended up not going through.
Yeah, it's pretty precise, but the way that I do it, I unfortunately hit the bullets often. It happens. Try to go for a super fast cycle. I don't know if anybody else is doing the cycle that I'm doing where I like launch the
I
fourth
think
rocket.
Wi-Fi does it now. I could be wrong. I haven't checked his
I
runs
don't think
recently.
he
But
does it yet. I think he was going to.
He's grinding out a bunch of stuff.
He probably
Might add
shouldn't.
it now.
I think
After he
it's.
got his 112.
I think it's. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend most people add it to their arsenal of strats. It's like a
There's
marginal
lot of
time
strats
save.
that are just like not really worth that I'm doing that aren't even worth.
Yeah.
I actually am not doing spin jump dive here anymore. I'm doing backflip.
Okay, I always thought you were insane for doing spin jump dive. I mean, you seemed really good at it.
But I started doing backflip, and I was like, I'm consistently getting better times doing backflip now.
Interesting. Yeah, and it's free.
Yeah, 'cause you're
Backflip's
lower,
free.
which is nice. Because obviously, like, you do the spin jump immediate, while backflip you sort of have to like wait a little bit to charge.
Yeah, and when you spin jump, there's
But you're at a
time
lower
from the
height.
bomb, so like,
That too.
yeah, it's hard to do spin.
Because you're gate kept, and in any percent, like, you're not even trying to, like, really go in. Because, you know, you can go too early, and then the mole will just, like,
Yeah, I
box
learned
you out.
that while learning backflip. I was like, oh, you can be too early. More cycle lock stuff. Let's go.
I think in IL context, spin jump is faster because you kind of, like, drop in. Like, I don't know, it's another physics explanation that we're not going to get into.
Yeah, no, it's like a frame or two faster.
Yeah, it's a frame or two, yeah.
If you can do
If
it.
executed perfectly.
Yeah.
But you're not trying to, like, be frame perfect on that in the middle of a run.
No. Not
Oh, this level is sick.
I'm changed.
Yeah. this level is sick. Is it? Oh, correct me if I'm wrong. Was Dede the one who just kind of like made it meta that everyone's gonna go for the task strat pin at 3 now? Or were people doing
It
that?
was Fed.
Okay.
Who did it.
Okay.
Really?
Because it was fucking Ouija, because we saw the task, and I remember like I was in a call with them, and they're like, I think Ouija was just like looking at task strats, and then he was watching Pinna 3, and then they started labbing it out together, and we're just getting really good times.
No spin.
And then Ouija like just did a couple runs to try it out, and he got community best Pinna 3 by like over 4 seconds because
Dang.
4 seconds is crazy.
yeah. Because it went from like a 122 or something to like a high 117 because the task bar just saves so much because that with the cage clip at the end.
So crazy. Yeah, no, I wasn't.
You can get like high 115.
You know your speed game has made it when they're doing individual level runs, you know? That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, a lot of this run is now becoming like optimizing by just adding more like IL levels and like strats that you wouldn't want to do because they're inconsistent, but save like 0.2 or like 0.4.
Yeah,
It's
Ouija and Dede were proponents of that
Yeah.
for a while, and then now it's Inkster is the one who's doing it. And I've been there every step of the way, choosing not to do any of the strats.
You've done like alternatives that are like almost just as fast. Like
Yeah, I find other stuff that I just end up working my own way, where like it's ever so slightly slower, but for me it's like 80 times more consistent.
and that's all that matters is just getting it down consistently in any way, really.
Yeah. That's a very nice one.
Oh, angle to the shine. It is a yeah. It's
okay.
a
We'll see.
I think the angle's fine. I think you can still do a jump dive into
I
it.
tried. To
Yeah, this one's- This is it is actually crazy how we're optimized and like not doing left side, but it's like, oh, if it's not angled to the shine, it's like not even that good of an attempt.
Yeah, like that's the thing that we've worked on.
So Ink's just gonna mash a jump dive here because he's probably angled towards the shine.
No.
Oh, just missed it. I really thought you
I
had
thought
it.
too far right.
Yeah,
Too
yeah,
far
it's
left,
weird.
But I didn't know it was that far left.
Yeah, that was weird. I thought you were angled there.
Yeah, so
who
EY
cares about that
coming
time?
up. This level is, we're skipping Pinna 6. We are completely skipping it. We're gonna actually go
Pinna 5.
back. We're gonna, oh yeah, skipping Pinna 5, sorry. We are gonna go back to Pinna 3 to get some stews that move really quickly. And we're going to turn them into platforms so we can navigate out of bounds and get to...
Yeah, because this used to start with Pinna 2 with bullet bills. You know, it was complete luck where you had to spray the bullet bills, make a platform, get across. And then we found a way to do it in Pinna 3 using stews, or Pinna 5 first, but then Pinna 3 immediately afterwards. But using like 2 stews, you would use one to turn into a platform to clip through, and then use the other one as the main one to get to the end. And then me and Zopiku, I think, were the two who like started doing one stew, where you only use a singular stew. You make him ground pound twice and try and get through. But Ink is doing currently half pound, where like we had 1 pound. It's also a variation of 1 pound as well. Where that's the point that we're optimizing is how many times the stew ground pounds you.
You know,
each time is like 3 to 4 seconds.
Yeah, for years, getting the minimal pound is just like, it was IL only. It was like only one runner. It was like, I think it was just like only Oat had an IL EYG entry. And then Ink, you made it meta, right? And like now many runners do it. Oh, drop butt slide or drop spin.
I think you started making it meta, but like Despin came up with like the half pound.
Oh, that is true. That is true.
And I started spamming that. I was the half pound was super consistent and comfy.
I mean, I think that was a key to the 112 grind. It's like, oh wait, we're saving like 5 more seconds ish. Like,
it used to be like a crazy concept about getting sub 2 EYG segment, but with like the 1.5 pounds and 1 pounds, we're like consistently getting like 156 or 157 segments. And it's like, and now Inks with Omega 1 pound, it's like you get like what
my best is
now,
a 153, and it's very well crossed.
Yeah.
Too, if I don't ground pound the shiner. I keep ground pounding the shine too early, so the 52 is around the corner. I just need to get it.
Are you gonna go for this insta kill, or
I'm gonna go for right side? I could go for the like,
I hate this one. It's my least favorite. Right side is my least favorite fast.
Should I try the ground pound strat? Just give it a
you do what you want.
You're 0 for 2. If you get this, it makes up for it.
That would have been crazy. Yeah, so there's a IL.
Oh, yeah, so much HP.
Yeah, unfortunately. There's an IL strat where you can ground pound him before he starts moving. And it saves like, I want to say it was 2 seconds. It saves like a good amount, but it's just pure luck whether it works or not. There's no like skill to just get it every time. It is just luck.
Alright, so now we're gonna be heading to Rico, and Inkstar's gonna be doing a speed spin, a Beyblade, wherever you like to call it, to get a ton of speed going across. He's gonna continue that speed. Actually, no, that was a bit slower speed.
You could have still tripled, I think, with 50x speed. It actually might be
slower.
It would that's good. It would be slightly slower if you triple.
I've actually experienced that out of curiosity, and doing a triple with small speed, your angle is not going to be straight on, so you lose time. If your angle is straight on...
Yeah, it was slow. It's funny, because I'm watching you through the Discord screen share, then I'm like watching the replay on my other monitor on GDQ stream. So I could just like verify it. I'm like, oh yeah, no, would have been... Oh, almost went for box triple.
Almost.
That's like the best way to fail it, though.
Yeah, you could bonk off it, get a large bonk into the water. There's a lot of things.
You could overshoot.
Yup, bonk into the wall. So I'm going to be doing a new blooper strat where you can cancel a cycle where the blooper spits out ink. I'm just going to try to time it for when the Wii loads here.
Oh, I'm reading the chat. There's actually a really good question. So the reason we did pin up 4 before doing 3YG, EYG, and pin up 3 is that the game doesn't give you Yoshi until you beat pin up 4 for whatever reason.
Clean.
It's like, that was a very clean.
And
it's
Yoshi,
actually
as soon as you beat pin up 4.
Oh really?
Yeah, the Snooza Koopas are keeping Yoshi away. They're scared.
Okay, yeah.
Yoshi just got a new game. It came out the other day.
True.
Yeah.
I live under a rock. What is this?
Yoshi and
new
the
Yoshi
Bible
story type of
I think
game.
that's the name of it.
Dude, I need to stop living under a rock. It sounds cool.
It's the sequel to Yoshi Does His Taxes.
Yeah, this is like a little shout out to like SMS Bingo, but that's what makes bingo routing really interesting, is that you need pin of 4 to unlock Yoshi, because there's a couple of goals that, like, you need to get to late game with like getting butterfly blue coins or something, but you need Yoshi for that, so you have to be able to route in Pinna in your bingo route. So there's a couple of stuff with that where it's very interesting levels of routing. And SMS is built in such a great way where there's progression, but you can also do whatever you want at the same time. Like, you need Yoshi to unlock Serena, but you can clip into Serena and just do it earlier.
Yeah. So we don't need the bloopers here. Yeah, we just don't need them. I chose.
We're
not
just
to.
skipping all the bloopers. There's 2 checkpoints. One is in that corner there, and then the other one's gonna be at the edge of this platform, all the way in the back that he's getting on top of, right over there. And they're fairly lenient checkpoints.
It's a pretty good race.
Yeah. And then right at the end, he sort of turns himself to get as close to the shine as possible. Because you get the IL method is just go straight to the goalpost and just try to get the best time. But you sort of there's a middle ground of hit the goalpost to spawn the shine and get as close to the shine as possible.
Yeah. Rico 3, heavy RNG level. It's so much RNG. It's so intense.
It's something that you don't think there's a lot of RNG in, but the crane being fairly heavy RNG, like it's so.
It just messes with your brain. It just messes with your. It's like not a big deal. You could just take it safe and lose a couple seconds, but nah. It's like you see a good crane, you're gonna want to take it. No crane's exactly the same. Oh, that happens
Fine,
quite a
because
bit.
the crane was actually like too good.
Yeah.
So
you have to like react when they're. So you could talk about it.
No, go ahead.
No, it's just like reacting to exactly where that crane is because like the spawn is random, and aren't there like thousands of like different spots if you're talking about like how pixel precise.
So its initial speed is its speed entirely is random.
It's speed. It's speed. I always forget that. Yeah. It's speed,
so
not
it's
position.
gonna move
speed,
at a
yes.
random speed, and you can see it during the intro. You can actually see like how fast it's going based on like how quickly it's moving under the coins above it. You can kind of like gauge if you got a good crane or bad crane during the intro. You can get it like really bad where it's just facing you. So you'd have to do like a slower strat, but we're just
So Ink's been doing a
Good
couple
entry.
more of those Beyblades, just keeping a bunch of speed because those slopes are very steep. Where if you aren't in the spin animation, Mario just falls down. This level is painful.
yeah. This is just a bunch of like timing inputs, and it's really easy to like fumble.
Because the fastest way Mario can move without FLUDD is rolling out. So you want to do as many dive rollouts as possible. Because like jump dives, you're just going higher and not getting a rollout soon enough.
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine.
Taking
we're
it
fine.
super safe, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you mistime some inputs, you end up on a slower cycle and lose a bit of time, which is it's not a big deal, but it's unfortunate because it is really just like A B A B A B. Mistime one of them, and you're kind of just going through it however you possibly can. Rico 5's coming up. This is similar to Rico 1, where there is a way to cancel the bloopers ink cycle. I'm going to be trying it. It's way tighter in Rico 5 from my experience. It's a whole different
It is.
strat.
The reason why it's so much tighter is because you're starting from so much further away from the blooper, so you need to get to him sooner. And also, to pull the nose off, you need to pull the nose farther, so you have less of a window to actually get the strat that he's looking for.
I'm still going to
Range
try
double.
it. This is fine.
Yeah.
Let me just see if I can do it. That's all that matters.
It's looking good so far.
Nice. I thought it was too
Nice,
early,
yeah,
but I got it.
Yeah, because he had to pull the nose even further compared to Enrico 1, and if he pulled it too far or if he grabbed the nose a bit too late, the tentacle would just wake up and Mario wouldn't be able to grab it.
And based on your height grabbing his nose, you can get swung at and knocked off of him, which is also like really inconvenient. It's a level with a lot of different like kinks that you gotta like work out over time, because it's like so many things can go wrong in it that are just like it takes a while to get it down. I'm still working on it. Like it's pretty
Yeah, no, I think that's like been one of the most recent any % developments are these blooper fights.
Yeah.
Just saving a bit of time.
It's so unfortunate too, because Rico 1 and 5 were like such like autopilot levels.
They were.
Now they're like the hardest levels in Rico, and they're just I don't know. It's rough. If you make a mistake, you end up losing like if you get like swung at from the tentacles, you can lose like 5+ seconds, I think. It's pretty rough.
Yeah. And then this level is fun. It's very interesting to grind out. It's all about having good lines. You just want to hold forward and just have like the best lines possible.
What's funny is
Zoom out there.
after
Interesting.
yeah, I zoom out. Because if you're zoomed in and you go close to this thing.
No, I agree. I zoom out initially. You were like zoomed in like for the first half. And I'm like,
Oh yeah, I let it.
Yeah.
The camera will auto turn towards the first few coins that way.
Oh, 33.51. That's very good for middle of a run. For RTA, 133.51 is very good.
Yeah, so it's really just because I've been running 120 during that race. You normally for 120 you go to the right after one of those coins and go grab a blue coin and then come back. Since coming back to any percent, I've frequently been going for the blue coin when I'm not supposed to.
It's like muscle memory. It's just like, I need that.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm like, wait, no.
I don't need that.
Alright, so he's gonna be going for another insta kill here. There's one in
This one's cool. This one's
cool.
We're gonna be going for drive-by,
Yeah.
where he's gonna use the Y cam to like turn Mario and slow himself down as he's aiming at Shadow Mario.
Got him.
You're crazy.
God,
You're like,
dude, didn't even walk. Didn't even get 2 steps in there. Wow.
Imagine I didn't
So-
jump off in Pianta 2.
Dude, fun
when I
fact,
used to
like-
quick call, I was like, oh, you'll get him before he gets to the top of the platform. Didn't even walk up the hill.
yeah.
No, he doesn't even get to move. There's a
Dude,
super
fun-
fun strat where you just like dive roll out into him instead of Y turning, but that one's like so inconsistent that it's just
Dude, before Inkstar got good at any percent, like I knew him as the guy who was like good at Shadow Mario ILs for like the longest time. It was like Inkstar, oh, he's really good at Shadow Mario ILs. Like that was his thing, and now he's
That
like the
was my
best
thing.
player at the whole game. Like
I
it's like
targeted
what?
the Shadow Mario IL to the cheat because the first IL world record I got was pin a 7. Ouija had that for so long. And when I got it, I didn't even believe I got it. I was like, that's world record? That's crazy. And so I decided at that point I was just going to grind Shadow Mario ILs. And I made it my goal to get all of them.
Here. Nice.
Got it.
Oh, that's a good one, Slud. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. I
saw
knew
it
it.
come from
Yeah.
above.
I did not see that one coming. I did not see the second one. That's weird. The second one.
Yeah, no, that one
But yeah.
would barely be too much. I'm going to try the IL movement here. We're just going to see if I can get a spin jump.
Yeah, there's like very weird momentum with these cubes, and if Mario's like running into a spin jump, you can have like a ton of speed here. Yeah, and he gets
Nice.
Boom.
It's so weird how that works. I still
Yeah,
don't.
so
Yeah,
on a
I'm really bad at
slope,
it.
you don't have friction and you start building up speed like crazy, and while that cube is like sloped really steep and you run up it, you build up a lot of speed, and so you're buffering a spin to go out of that.
So Stomper, yeah, he still has a crazy cycle at the top. Because he got the speed spin, he's really far ahead of this cycle.
Nice.
If only I didn't
Very
fall
good
off
six.
Pianta 2.
Yeah,
I'm so sad
yeah.
about that. This probably would have been still 112able, I think. Maybe. Because that was like a huge
When
hit.
you get the last Hotfix, it was like a 113 5x.
Yeah, it was a 113, and I looked for the book too. I got the book.
You did look-
That's hilarious.
Man, good times. Read a whole novel and kept going. So, allegedly the easiest instant kill in the game, but
I would say it's this one. I do agree. Like,
It has to
well,
be.
learn Shadow Mario insta kills. Start with this one.
oh, okay, I'm glad I got it. It's embarrassing when I don't get it because it's like it's just straightforward. Press B, spray him. But it's so
You technically have to sandbag. Right?
you do it.
Because you could do it too
Well, that's
early.
like the pressing B. It's like you're slowing yourself.
Oh yeah, with the B, I see. Yeah, I kind of didn't notice.
It's
yeah, it's a good.
really easy to be too early or too late and just not get him or like be too far back. So I'm gonna pray Shadow Mario doesn't move right here.
You could just take a safer
little
angle.
section that got like crazy optimized. Like this used to be a thing that.
That's so unlucky.
Oh, he's going back. Though.
Yeah, you can go back.
That's so strange. That's
Yeah, so the backup, if you don't, if he starts going up there, is you go to his left side and just pray he comes back.
Yeah. But this was one of those things where initially people just went to kill Shadow Mario, then got the banana, then ran the banana over to him, grabbed him. But I think it was Orange who really started to lab out this little section where like if you spam spray the banana, bring it down as you're killing Shadow Mario, the banana will be right there, and it just was that little time save. And This was all found during, I think, like the 113 grind.
Yeah, around 2023, late 22 and early 23. It was... So Orange had the idea for getting the banana while shooting the banana down and like kind of insta-killing sort of Shadow Mario. I optimized that a tad. I think even the Beyblade, I think I made the Beyblade from Rico to Pin a meta. But then it was like 2023 where it's like, okay, we're optimizing the Plaza.
You made that meta.
Because like the Plaza was unoptimized for quite some time. But now it's pretty...
Yeah, no, you hard carried optimizing the Plaza. This Manta segment so far pretty nice.
This was pretty solid. Oh, that right's so strong.
Actually, it's fine. It's fine still.
The unfortunate thing
it's
is
fine,
that
so.
one on the front left that I got last, because I sprayed it like a few times, it did not take damage. Sometimes you can spray the Manta, and it just does not react. So this is just like you stand here and wait for them. There's like you can.
There's really no way to make this faster.
Yeah, no. There's like all sorts of. Wow, actually none of the water's hitting the Mantas. It's kind of.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's all building up for Serena 6. You're gonna get 131,
Exactly.
231.
So, yeah, it's just. There's all sorts of routes you can take trying to optimize the pink phase, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because you're waiting for them to come down to you, so you can just kind of stand in the middle and wait for them to gather in the center. It's funny because I was taught like 3 different ways of doing the pink phase faster. I don't know if it's been made clear, but pink phase is like the final phase of Manta. But
Yeah, when they all turn pink.
It's actually more magenta, not pink.
Own way.
isn't it actual?
Everyone does it their own way, but it doesn't matter. Like, I know Tubbo just, like, does a bunch of spin jumps and spam sprays. Inky used to just stand in the middle and do nothing.
I still, like, kind of stay in the middle. I just don't do...
I always go all the way out, like, to the left side to get those, and I come back and get...
That's, like, the normal
And I don't think it... Yeah.
But, like, it really, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. It's just preference. Like, it just, you're mostly just waiting for the mantas to come down from, like, a hotel area and coming up from the beach.
That's what's ridiculous about getting good at Manta, is that it's like, oh, was the decision I made good? Was, like, this micro decision I made here good, or was it random? It's like, yeah, you don't know. No one really knows.
It's one of those rare things where you have to, like, actually VOD review.
Ooh, boo bounce.
VOD reviewing Manta.
Yeah.
I had to take out a headphone so I could hear the Wii loading the disc, so I could...
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, drop side flip.
Oh, yeah,
This
my
is
run.
Might be my
last
least
night,
favorite shine.
I dropped 2 side flips there, and I don't understand why.
No, I used to get so frustrated at Serena 2 drop side flips on pace.
It's so sad, because there's nothing you can really do. It's just luck whether it comes out or not, like, really.
My little iconic moment is I have had a run that still would have been record pace. Unfortunately died to Serena 2, so
It's a really...
me and Serena 2 do not get along.
It's a really hard level to do under pressure. It's too easy to, like...
I think it's a hard level in general. I mean, this, again, it's a very interesting thing that the hard levels in this game are just normal Mario. Like, when you think about it.
Yep.
Yep.
You take away the jetpack, and now you have to play normal Mario, and it just seems like an absolute wild... Like, they are the hard levels. As a kid, I could not beat them. It was crazy.
Imagine the whole game was no flood. They just made, like, a whole bunch of, like, floodless levels.
Yeah, it's called Mario Odyssey.
Oh, too big a rollout happens sometimes.
I guess so.
Here we go. Banana skip.
I think the rollout's too big and too late. It has to be like a weird combination of both. Oh, okay, everything else went
Ink,
fine.
when was the last time
was
you
the
did that
same-
level legit?
usually-
Be real with me.
When was it? I don't think it was long ago. I think I was showing a friend, like, the casual route.
See, in bingo, you have to do
Really?
it legit, because there's a goal that states Serena 3 no clipping.
Wow.
Which, like, you can't do any clips at all. You have to beat it the intended way.
Because I'll be honest with you, I'm not a speedrunner, but I play this game maybe twice a year because it's just, it's like a comfy game for me. And I don't know the last time that I have played that level for real. You get Yoshi and you go to the air ducts or something, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
the whole mission is like you need a pineapple, and there's no pineapple on the fruit stand, so you have to find a pineapple somewhere in the hotel, which is like within a bunch of boxes. And once you find the pineapple, then there's a bunch of booze in the attic that only Yoshi can eat, and it leads you the direct path to where the shine is.
Doing casino skip, not gambling today.
No gambling. You can just jump over the entire.
Oh, no hole in one.
That's fine. I'm gonna try to do a jump into the... Oh, well.
Oh,
it's better
that's
than
like such an
trying.
annoying.
It's
not gonna
faster.
lie.
You can make the argument. Yeah, it might be better
I'm
to
gonna try
die.
to
The
jump
first
into the
input here is
vertical
soccer.
And get more...
Wait, how many lives do you have though? Because you did die. Oh no, you're fine on lives. You're fine on lives.
no, I'm
15 more. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna be going for a couple butt slides here. There is similar to the Beyblades, but you don't have flood.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Double butt slide. Ooh. Okay, dude. That was.
We got double butt slide, just not the. We're gonna do the very rare triple butt slide. Ink's coming up on here.
At least we got that.
And of course, you nail second butt slide after the
Triple
first
butt
few.
slide has never been done before. I'm the first person to do that.
Never been done.
I just
Because I saw you got a super slow because you kind of jumped into the butt slide weird, so I got a super slow one. I thought you ground pounded too late. I was like,
I
oh
thought
no,
so
is that
too.
another death?
But
And
like, I
then
couldn't reach the wall if I went for it, I don't think. I don't
oh, you definitely couldn't have. You had to ground pound. I just thought it had to be earlier, but no, it works because you got like no
Yeah,
speed.
it works the same way as the Beyblades do, but the Beyblades are insanely lenient because whenever you're on a steep slope and you're spinning, you can get a ton of that speed. But with how the butt slides work, you only have a very small window where you can get that speed, and especially with platforms that are moving, it goes from super steep to like less steep, and during that little window is when you need to input a spin jump, and you have a ton of speed. But if you go too late, like Ink did the first time, that's where you see like he doesn't go the same distance as he does on the second one.
really ground pound.
Oh, insta proc. He insta proc the
Nice.
the
Yeah,
purple
so there's
thing.
like a small cylinder of collision where if you ground pound in the very center of this purple tile, it'll instantly go down instead of waiting for him to slam it. Tiny time save, tiny optimization. So
Also, the tiny optimization is going under King Boo right at the start there.
Yeah.
Because you usually have to wait a little bit for him to spawn, but if you go under him, it quote-unquote cancels a cycle that doesn't exist, and it makes him spawn instantly.
yeah, because when you walk under King Boo, there's a trigger that makes him just hide, go straight back into hiding.
It
So
starts
ideally, I
with the
want to
next
get
round.
one forced extra right now of just nothing, and I cancel it, and then he's gonna hopefully spit out fruit after this. If
You have
there's
to wait for him
anything,
to spit.
yeah, and then
Cancel.
cancel it. If there's anything that's not fruit after this, it's an extra. Question mark in the middle means I'm getting fruit.
Yeah, if there's a question mark in the center on a cycle where you can get fruit, it's guaranteed to be fruit.
Nice
And
pepper.
RNG where the fruit ends up going, and this is actually something that was like very fun to grind out and like learn, was getting really good at just reading right when the fruit comes out, like what's your best route to get a papaya or get a pepper.
You're going for
to
cycle
getting-
skip? You crazy guy.
I mean, what am I? I fell in no. I
Yeah.
skipped
Go
the
for
two. Like,
Yeah, no, makes sense. I was just confused for a second. Like, what's he doing? I'm like, oh, I see.
still getting.
Because usually it's been people were like a lot slower, and like they would try to like look for a papaya, get it, and then run all the way to the front of King Boo and then throw it. But like if you grab the papaya from a very far distance, throw it correctly,
Bro, that durian just pepper just
that almost was a
left
self
right.
pepper.
That was crazy, bro. I've never seen it do that. It like wiggled left and right a little bit and then went backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that level is just pure luck. How many extras you get? It's like 8 seconds per extra or something like that. I got 2, so it's like run killer for world record. Unfortunately, 2 extras is too much now.
Yep.
Not that this was like pace or for world record or anything, but like
It's still barely 113. I think this is
Can
still
it?
13able. I think it can.
I fell down.
Mm,
It's gonna be such a meme. Yeah, so this level I just got a world record in the other day. Hopefully I can show
Yeah, you know, just flexing here. You know, I just got a world record the other day, you know?
I grinded this level for so long. I finally got it. I was so proud of it.
Isn't that like a 6-year-old world record too? Not just like any world record?
It's
a FEC world record, a 6-year-old from one of the best ILers. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, so we're talking about this like during the cutscene. You know, on the Japanese version, you have to clean almost all the goop. Ink left one patch earlier, but the rest is really clean, so I think he's still gonna get a good time. There's a patch by the sign. Oh, 29. That's really good. That's really good.
That might be my best
I think it's
segment.
I think it's just best marathon like ever.
I think. Oh well.
No, best segment
I think that was
going.
community best if I grabbed the shine. I won't lie.
Yeah. That's cool because I was like, okay, you left one patch, but you're doing the rest really clean. But then I saw the other mini patch by the sign. I'm like, oh, it's not gonna 229.
No.
And then the timer just stopped. But then that's the thing where it's like sometimes you're just like, oh, I could have sworn there was like more goop. And like sometimes the goop's invisible, and sometimes the game considers it clean, and sometimes it doesn't, and that level is just a total mess, especially on JP.
Yeah, if you see like the little like electricity sparking out, that's like a sign that there's like, oh, there was a lot of goop in that area. That was just all.
And we talked
I'm gonna
about
try
that
to
level
listen.
beforehand. We talked about how it varies by version, right? But you said it's not based on the actual individual titles. It's more based on the way that like PAL versus US versus JP when it comes to that.
Yeah, it's like what I think the like number of pixels of goop, the raw number of pixels requirement is the same across versions. It's just like what the game considers a clean pixel is like a little more strict on JP for whatever reason. Something like that. Something along those lines.
Yeah, so Ink was trying to listen for the load sound of the Wii, because that's sort of the audio cue of when Mario is able to start moving, and it's a nice audio cue because it's very consistent. Like as soon as the Wii makes that load sound,
you can like buffer inputs during loading screens just at the end of them, and once you can hear the Wii start like churning the disc, once it starts spinning, you can time an input and it'll buffer it.
Yeah, like Ink, you sent me a Wii, and there are like 2 or 3 candidate Wiis with like about the same loading times, and I was like, oh, just send me the one with the loudest disc drive, so it helps me insert enough.
Yeah.
Ooh, good enough you want
It's
so
actually
far.
the fastest one that I had too. Is for some reason super loud. Bro, I almost fell off. I almost like.
Ooh, but that was good. That was a good Noki one though. It's funny, like once you get, yeah, that was sick. I saw it coming, but you did too. It's funny, like once you're good at the game, Noki 1 goes from like being one of the harder levels to like, okay, it's just Noki 1. Like I got this.
it's just like one. Like as long as you don't make any horrible mistake, you're getting like almost the same cycle.
Yeah, and it's
You can obviously go a bit faster, but as long as you make that first cycle, that's all that matters.
yeah, it really is just like it's pretty lenient. I think it's like 2 seconds, right? That you can like.
You can ledge grab and still make the cycle.
Yeah, like you have
Yeah,
a little bit of time before you. But what happens if you are too late is the mole starts throwing more goop,
Goop bombs or whatever.
and that takes a few seconds to go by. I think like 5 seconds.
Yeah, 4 was my guess, like 4 or 5.
Yeah, so this is where we would have thought Booper for the 3rd time, but Ink's gonna be climbing a very similar way.
Oh no, he's actually gonna talk to the Snooki first.
Yeah, I just needed to get some information. about this level.
Yeah.
I know where to go now.
The Booper's at the top, yeah, now you know that the Booper's the other way.
Yeah, Ink could read Japanese pretty well, so gotta figure out what to do.
That's a funny little thing too, like with Serena 6, on the English version, the piano's like, oh no, there's goop, clean it. And it's like 2 text boxes, but on the JP version, there's like 8 text
There's
boxes.
goop.
And
It's this color.
You,
It looks
you
like
didn't.
this.
You
It's
didn't.
over here.
We skipped Gooper Blooper.
Yeah, we
Yes, we did.
out of bounds using the spring. The spring's hitbox, when it grows, will push you through the wall. It's really easy to clip through corners with it. You can technically do it earlier against just a flat wall to save time, but it's an IL strat where it's like, it's so precise. So the way we do it is we throw it into the corner to like clip out of bounds and just go straight to the shine. Because unlike Rico 1 and 5, the shine's always out instead of being unlocked by defeating Blooper. It's just hidden underneath them. So we can just like use the spring hitbox, clip us out, go grab it. Skip a lot of time. This level's just lines. It's just
Yeah, Noki 3 it's very similar to Rico 6, where it's fun to optimize in its unique way of just learning how to take good lines. Like, learning how to keep a lot of speed, learning how to take the lines with the speed.
this was not very optimal, but it's getting the job done.
And there's the ending as well, which he wants to hover just the right amount, so he's able to not, because if, I'm trying to think of how to say this, if he hovers too high, he'll go over the coin. If he doesn't hover high enough, he'll stop on that platform, and you're like stuck there. Mario just sits like glue.
Yeah. So upcoming is Eel.
Your favorite shine.
My favorite shine?
You've never messed this
So,
up ever, actually.
I'll actually quickly mention, so last night, I'll briefly mention it, I had my best run ever, which was like 1:12:02, best possible time going into
The flexing right now. The flexing.
I fumbled this level because this is, like I said, my worst shine. And so I grinded it a lot for this run. So hopefully it goes okay, but this is like, we're trying to do 7 tooth, which is clean 7 of the teeth before he closes his mouth, and then we clean the last one. But it's a very tight cycle. If you do it too fast, you clean all 7 teeth too fast, he'll eat you, and you have to wait for a long cutscene, or not cutscene, but animation of him going down and coming back up. If you do it too slow, you just do 6 tooth, which is like a 5-second loss compared to the 7 tooth strat.
And I do take the blame of,
Yeah.
I was the one who really started pushing 7 tooth, because I was really bad at 6 tooth. I could not do it fast.
I couldn't.
So when
either.
7 tooth came around and I was getting it consistent, I made it very popular. I'm gonna let Ink focus on this, and I'll talk about it later. So he wants to get the 6 tooth here, and it's all about this.
Too fast. Yeah, too fast.
Yeah.
Too fast. Too fast. I had a feeling. Jeez.
Yeah, so all you can do is just wait. It's rough, but all you can do is just wait for him to come back up.
It's a half a second window, ish, around a half a second window of if you're too fast, cleaning that tooth too fast, the eel just goes down. If you're too slow in cleaning that tooth, it just won't let you clean it. So in an ideal world, it's kind of better to be too slow and you take the 7-second time loss over the 40-second time loss. But
Apparently I
at the
didn't
same
clean
time,
very many
you want
of
to
these.
get the strat.
It's all
You
JJ's
have to
fault.
wait for this one.
It's all JJ's fault
Oh.
for making it meta.
Yeah, I don't actually know how to
Sorry,
do this.
man. I
You have to wait.
We gotta go to the dentist, all right?
Yeah, unfortunately this level is just not, it's not my strong suit. I'm not good at this.
Oh, there's some points in there.
Yeah, I need some coins. I practiced
No, the
it.
main thing
and
about Eel-
it's not consistent. It's better to be too slow than too fast, but I thought I was too slow, but I guess not.
It was like no one did 7 tooth, and I remember JJ showed up to pace like, "Hey guys, look what I can do now."
Where's
and we were just like, "Why?" Everyone was like, he was like trying to show Reed, he's trying to show me, he was trying to show SB, and we were like, "Dude, what? how are you getting this?"
Did it, and then I was gonna do it, and then I do it during the race, and I get it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It's
That
so
was crazy.
rough, though. It's so tight to get it. Like, my problem is I'm always too early. Like, I'm never too late. I'm always too early because I do it really fast. But like, yeah, it's really easy to fumble and not let off. We'll just take the long route. It's fine. Just casually go through it.
Just a tiny little time save there if you do end up like having to watch a cutscene. If you go onto the outside, Mario falls a little bit faster compared to him being in the center. So that was sort of the reason why he went to the outside there instead of just like staying.
So I have,
But now we get to do another sign glitch.
yeah, we're gonna do the same sign glitch. I don't think I've ever had 2 of the bad teeth that make him hide visible. Would I just have to do like 2 mouth closes
You have to
for that?
wait for him to start doing the circle, like doing the circle spin, and then you clean a tooth. There's nothing else that you can do other than that.
For each one, I'd have to wait again and again. Or like,
No, well, you wait for him to do the circle, then you clean the tooth, and then you just continue as if you were doing like a 6 tooth or something.
okay, I see. Yeah, no, I've never had it. I've never had 2 of them like that before. just
Yeah.
unfortunate.
I mean, the run's dead when you're too fast the first time. You don't really have to worry about
Dude,
it.
that's just where you hold start BX.
Exactly. Let me just do that right now.
People don't know, start BX is the code to soft reset any GameCube game.
It's the quickest way to get back to the file select and try again.
So there's a pretty neat little strat here where if you line up the correct way when you're talking with Sign Glitch, the fastest, or the second fastest way to grab the shine is just to jump dive into the pole and Mario just like falls backward into it. You could technically do like one of those backward hover cancel things, but it's so much more consistent just to do the little pole bounce off. It looks cooler.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Ocarina of
even if
Time
you-
Mailman. Enjoy your race. For those who do not know, if you remove Pianta the Quick's mask, it is in fact Ocarina of Time Mailman.
I'm gonna try to do the Nanashi ropes, faster strat found by Nanashi. It's like a faster way to enter, but for me, it's extremely tight. I can barely do it. I'm hoping to get it. Hopefully.
I've been trying to tell you it's the easier ropes all this
I
time.
can't do it. Can't do
Everyone's
it.
been telling you.
Everyone except the
get it?
best
I
player in the
can't.
world agrees.
It's so hard to save time with it unless you like know exactly what you're doing and like
It does take time to learn. It is pretty rough like the first day you learn it, but for me afterwards.
Because you have to really break your muscle memory of doing the old ropes.
Exactly.
You're turning the camera the opposite way. Alright, so I think it's gonna be going for
Very
ground pounds here.
good so far.
Whoa.
Very good.
Oh, gets ground pound cancel too, so he's really early. Nice.
I had to ground
Ooh, ooh.
because I was a little bit slow to get across the final like rotating like long block.
I think it would have been fine either way.
It might have been, but it was tight. I went for the
Yeah.
ground pound cancel because worst cases I don't and I just go up normally. So
Yeah.
I also
Again,
didn't move my
ink
camo,
making this
so it's
game
hard to
look
see.
like butter.
I'm gonna try to get the final instant kill of the run, which I'm gonna do a backflip strat. Hopefully I don't talk to the monkey. Nah.
Oh.
That one's really hard to get sometimes. Like,
And that's like the last example of like those insta kills where if you get him then, he dies instantly compared to him swimming in the water going all the way across.
Yeah, and this one's unique because you do it out of like or you could do it out of backflip dive. I do it out of a spin dive, but like it's definitely just different than the other ones. The other ones are usually sliding on the ground.
Yeah, because you do it out of a dive animation where you have to ground pound first and then input the spam spray compared to like when you're rolling out, you can spam spray on the same input that you
Yeah.
out.
Wild. Absolutely
so
wild.
yeah, we're entering Corona. This is the end of the run. I'm gonna go through Corona and then fight Bowser and just hopefully.
I always thought it was
Get
funny
this
that
done.
Bowser Jr.'s idea of ruining Delfino Plaza is by flooding it. Like no crazy goop everywhere, just flooding it.
Yeah, I guess we skipped the reveal that Shadow Mario is Bowser Jr.
Oh, sorry for
Sadly.
the spoilers, chat.
No, it's not a spoiler because we just like skipped it. Unfortunately, it's actually really sad.
Spoilers, for the lore of Mario Sunshine, which if you
Yeah,
don't know
it's
is a
so fun.
prequel to
think you're okay.
Splatoon.
I'm not sure if he's okay. I'm actually not sure if he's.
He is.
No, he is barely. He is barely okay. Okay, yeah. A little awkward because actually we haven't gotten trolled by like water RNG much this run.
Here it is,
But we
the
got a
worst
dry
boat
slide.
in all of
Actually dry slide
gaming.
much.
This is the worst boat to
Yeah.
control in the entire ever.
It is really rough to learn.
Now he's gonna be doing rocket storage. Anytime that you land or cancel any form of animation, the rocket's about to go off, it stores the rocket, and you can do it over and over and just gain infinite height.
And for those wondering, yes, this is in fact a prequel to Nintendo's Wii U title Splatoon. That game takes place in the Mario Downfall timeline, where Mario dies to Bowser in this game.
The bloopers rise up. It's over.
So time is gonna be coming up soon. He's gonna be ground pounding these 5 platforms, and on the 5th platform is going to be time.
Yep. Here we go. One.
And Goop here is completely random, and there's like this weird way of trying to go as fast as possible, but the faster you go, the higher of a chance you get hit by goop.
That was really close.
Yeah, it was
Really
close.
yeah.
This platform can be sus.
Holding left. And
Yeah,
that is
this
time.
game.
GG! Let's get some hype in the chat for Ink. Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for showcasing some Super Mario Sunshine any percent.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely incredible. Seriously, Ink. Tell the world just a little bit more about you, where they can find you, and what you are up to. 11614.
It was a 116. Nice.
You beat your GDQ run though.
Yeah, that's
Did
awesome. Yeah, so I'm Inkstar. I run mainly any percent, kind of dabbling in 120 lately, but going back to any percent. After this, I'm probably just gonna go live with any percent over on Twitch, just to add Inkstar. So I hope everybody enjoyed the run. Hope it was a lot of fun because it was for us. So thank you so much for having us.
I did. I loved it. It was fantastic. And you're pushing for 111? Tell me more about that.
So there was a bit of a grind for 112. We mentioned in the beginning, and 111 seemed very unlikely, but throughout the past 2 years, the game's been getting a little bit more optimized, and now we're at a point where 111 is just like barely doable. And so I'm hopefully going to be pushing for that for a while. I'm trying to get it. It's right around the corner. It's going to be a grind.
I think it's going to happen
but
today.
I'm gonna put
I think
my
you're
mind
going to
it.
go live, and it's going to be the first run.
I sure hope so. I hope so. Had a really close run yesterday. I'm hoping to carry that momentum into today. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
JJ and Pumps, you did incredible on commentary. Do you all have any shout outs? Where can people find you? What are you up to?
Well, I am not streaming a whole lot anymore, mostly just because of work and stuff, but I've been taking part, been doing a lot of Sunshine Bingo, and there's a tournament going on, which is actually a 2v2 lockout bingo tournament, where it's teams of 2 going up against each other. That's currently being done on Speed Gaming, like on the Speed Gaming 1 through 4, but the main thing that I would just recommend is just check out the Sunshine directory. There's a couple people who are still doing runs. It's not as active as it used to be, sadly, but Inkstar is both really pushing runs. Lotfi's been grinding out practice. SB's back on 120 Shine's grind. So there's a lot of Sunshine to still be watching here and there. I might come back at some point to try and reclaim my second place, but we will see.
I tell myself I'll unretire next week, like every single week, and I mean it every single time, but yeah, you might see me next week. On Twitch, but there's like a 1% chance I'll boot up the stream, but yeah,
zero.
Yeah, it is not zero. I mean, I did do like an IL stream like for 2 hours the other week, so I don't know. I don't play much, but I still love the game, and I will PB at some point. I'm not totally done.
Well,
God, PB, like you can't sit with your PB.
It's with your
PB.
Yeah.
Don't know, Pumps. What is your PB?
Oh my god, 114 flats, 114 flat, and I've been on when the race for 112 was happening. I've been on like 113 1x pace in Noki multiple times. It's just like I just choke every run. Couldn't even get like a high 113. But yeah,
thank
tomorrow.
you, all three of you. You did absolutely incredible. Ink, seriously, thank you so much for showcasing this. Folks, you don't want to miss that 111. You don't want to miss that. So go on over to twitch.tv/Inkstar. Give them a follow. You can hover over the title of the broadcast. Welcome back to Speed Runs Today. Our first segment was a masterclass in clean living, mostly because Mario gave the whole island a bath. Okay, now on to our next game. A classic here on the GDQ channel, one of your favorites, Super Metroid any percent. Wait. What's that? Richard, he did what? Wait, who let Eddie near the kitchen appliances? All right, folks. You aren't going to believe this. The greatest, most meticulously structured map designs in gaming history. And Eddie said, will it blend? he stuffed Samus Aran, 3 space dragons, and 30 years of speedrunning routing into a Vitamix on liquefy settings, and the result is an unholy smoothie of absolute nonsense. You want the Verasuit, the Verasuit? Too bad, missile expansions. You want Morph Ball? Too bad, E-Tank. Eddie, how do you expect to beat Super Metroid this way?
You know what? I'm really good at this game, so I'll figure it out. That's what I do. That's my job. That's what I'm here for.
Well, I'm ready to see this. The Metroid, Super Metroid smoothie. I'm ready for it. Welcome to the show, Eddie. I'm pumped that you're here. What are we about to see here? What is this?
All right, what's up, Jiggy? So yeah, hello everyone. My name's Eddie, and this is Super Metroid Map Randomizer. Now, Map Randomizer, you might think like, oh, map station. There's a map station right there being shown right there. Map Randomizer means that the entirety of the map, if you've ever played maybe Link to the Past or other games, maybe you've heard of randomizers like door rando, entrance rando, all that stuff. Well, every single room in Super Metroid has doors that connect to other rooms, right? And so what that does is every single door now connects to another door, but it's more than just that. Everything is overlapped in a way where basically none of the rooms will overlap. So when you pause and you look at the map, it is a fully functional map. And so when you get a map to a region, it's going to have a fully functional working map. Everything's cool. The whole world is just laid out neatly. So nothing is just like overlapping on top of each other. And to produce that was, I think, to get the first working map, I guess, took, I think, 6 months of work from 2 really brilliant devs. So yeah, that's what Map Rando is. It's gotten really, really popular, especially with the competitive community. There's a lot of racing, there's a lot of tournaments. So today we have a tournament mode seed for us, basically.
I am so excited about this. And Andy, twitch.tv/Andy, generated this seed for you. You have not seen it. Are you scared?
You know what? Not really, because Andy can only do so much damage to me. I don't think he can generate something so bad that I won't be able to handle it. So no, I'm not scared. Not scared at all.
All right. Well, whenever you're ready, I say let's jump right into this.
Okay, sounds good to me. All right. So who does the countdown here? Okay, let's do it.
I can do it for you. You ready? All right. 3, 2,
pretty quick
1, go!
Right there.
Only been on GDQ for 2 years, so you know I don't know if a countdown is in my wheelhouse yet.
All right, so this room is called the Big Pink. This is where you're gonna get 2 items immediately with access, and if we have a way to use bombs, we are going to get another item as well, but it doesn't seem like that's gonna happen quite yet. So what I'm gonna do is collect this morph ball, and what I'm going to do is pause, because what I want to do, if you can see right here, there's a tile that looks kind of like a weird square with an additional square inside of it. That's actually a map room. What that will do is, we're currently in Norfair. That will display, it will show me the entire region of Norfair and all the items and everything in there. So I can't get to it because I only have Morph Ball. What I'm going to do is remember that the map is in the bottom left, and I'll try to get there when I get power bombs eventually. But for now, I have Morph, and the way that Map Rando works is I got Morph, I'm going to go through this Morph hole and try to take this door because that's where I'm most likely to find something. Now, I might die right here, but I'm going to try to grab this item real quick. Didn't die, I'm going to deboost off this so I can phase through the dragon. And now I have these bombs, and I'm going to go get this item again.
Wow. All right, morphin bombs right off the bat.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Missile.
Got some missile packs. So I'm not 100% sure actually if these bombs are in logic. I assume it might be okay, but I think 1 missile pack would actually put it in logic anyway. Either way, I'm just going to heal up a little bit, and then I'm going to see if I can do something up here instead. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save. The cool thing about Map Rando is you can actually save, and it'll take over the 3 save slots. So if I take another save down the line, I could actually revert back to this save if I feel like that other save got me nowhere and got me further away from where I actually want to be. Yeah,
so it's kind of like a fast travel system in a sense.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is too much sheet right now, so I'm going to check the top left. This is making me think that the two things are either the bomb's Warren logic, and I have to go through here, or I have to go to the bottom of the heat room that I saw earlier. But I think I have to just go up here. Yeah, here we go. So we're gonna go over here. There's an item. What's up?
I guess my question too here, Eddie, is just like, I know you've played Super Metroid hundreds upon hundreds of time here, so you know the map, like inside and out. So you know each of these rooms. But like, are there rooms that you specifically look for? I know, like in games like Link to the Past, there's the Hype Cave. What are some rooms in Super Metroid that you're just like, I want that?
Yeah, so the room that we just saw a little bit ago, that's called Big Pink. That has a lot of different entrances. Not only does it have a lot of entrances, but it also has 2 items in it. That's kind of one of the ones that we naturally would find, but, you know, already found it. You know, otherwise, there's not really any room that's quite like Hype Cave. I don't know if I want to go here. You know, I'm kind of realizing that Andy generated the seed, so I'm sure it's going to be fun. I realize, like, you know, this is a little less straightforward, and I can see why that would be already. I'm not going to go here yet, so let's go up here and see what happens.
And
but
for those who are a little confused and don't understand what the heck is going on here, this is a randomizer. The map is randomized. The items, you know, the idea is that Eddie has to find a way to traverse what the map is giving him. So there is a logic. It's not completely random, but there are some moments where it might feel that way, right, Eddie?
Yep. I want to point out that wall jump was like frame perfect. So that was pretty sick. I first tried it. Just
flexing, you know.
Yeah, just flexing. Okay, I might die here. It's okay. I'll save. I had a save, so I'll revert back if I have to.
Are you surrounded by hot rooms?
Apparently, that's what Andy decided that should happen to me. But I found a super pack here, so we're good. All right. Now I might not survive. Let's just hope that this is something right here. It is. I can get farm up here if I have to. I'm gonna see if I can get to this map over here, to the left. Not the most likely chance, but I do have bombs. So with bombs and 2-sided missiles, I'm only missing power bombs. That kind of covers the 3 main ingredients of what I need. But to the left of here is going to be a green gate, and it's going to be a one-way path. I won't be able to come back. So I'm not going to continue there. I'm going to keep my super missiles and see if I can get out of here. All right.
Get a little help from those enemies, of course, you know. Survive the heat rooms.
Yep. So one thing I do want to say is that, once again, Map Rando is really, really huge competitively right now. It's like all the rage when it comes to Super Metroid. It kind of like really took over the community by storm. So there are season races. We have like a ladder system and stuff like that. So public race, if you just ping the Discord and go, oh, anyone want a race, you're gonna get someone, right? Like people are gonna start racing. You just open up a lobby, people will come in. There's gonna be, you know, you'll get rating points for it and stuff if you want, and it's been great.
Did it spawn just from people, I don't want to say this like it's a bad thing, but just getting bored of any percent? Like, what? How did this happen? Did they just, the developers said, hey, we're going to do this, and then people were like, oh, this is fun?
Yeah, so, I mean, I can give you a little backstory about like myself, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, please do.
I think the reason why is because Super Metroid historically has been an extremely fun randomizer. But I would say that generally, if most people understand like competitive rando or kind of hear about competitive rando, I would say Link to the Past is probably one of the most accessible and one of the most kind of easy to digest ones. Case in point, like my wife has never played the vanilla Link to the Past game. And she got into randos because of she got into Link to the Past rando. Yeah, so she never beat the original game, but we've done multi-worlds together and whatnot, right? But this game is this game is special in its own way in that it's extremely good, but it is also very, very difficult, right? So I think one of the things about this is in Super Metroid, if you learn all the different tricks and stuff like that, it's extremely rewarding as a game. And Map Rando has kind of really made people learn all sorts of like obscure things that people would never otherwise touch. So that's always been really cool. But yeah, that's kind of why Map Rando has basically always been, I think, sorry. So where I was kind of trying to get at is Super Metroid Randomizer has always been a really fun competitive mode, but I think it wasn't really until Map Rando, namely I could try to name drop Oats, but I feel like we got him into racing and he got kind of addicted. He got other people addicted and we all started just like racing together, and it's been a really good time. But yeah, it kind of like got the whole community together. Whereas previously I feel like Rando was a little bit more for a smaller portion of the community, but now it's a little bit more for everyone, and that's why it's been a lot of fun lately. Yeah, I knew this was here. So I'm kind of wandering around like a headless chicken a little bit, but I'm just trying to find a way to progress, but we'll see. We're gonna keep going this way. New zone. Okay, this looks like a lot of fun. Okay, map above me, but there's an item below me too, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that. Now, there's just too much going on for me to fully explain right now. Normally, I would have to use a super missile to blow this guy up, but I'm going to use a bomb jump to get over him, and then I'm going to avoid damage from the spikes that do 60, rather touch these fireflies, and get this item, just the missile pack. And to not touch the spikes, I'm gonna use this guy again, and take this. Now, I did pause a little bit earlier because I'm now in Meridia. And what I'm going to do is, instead of going through this left door, I'm going to take the top right door and try to get to that map. Because once again, the map is like a cheat code. It's going to tell me everything. Although, you know what? I'm going to actually check this door to see if I can get like a refill or something real quick. And I do. But yeah, this has been Map Rando getting really big has kind of actually been like really, really cool. It's kind of turned me into a full-time streamer essentially. Because of that's kind of gives you an idea of the popularity that it kind of has now. So it's been a lot of fun. The community is a lot of fun. There's a lot of banter, and it's just been overall real great.
Well, and that's what's neat is it is a very cool natural progression of a title that is so beloved. I mean, like I think it'd be easier for me to say, "Hey, chat." Or, hey, YouTube comments, can you reply one if you haven't played Super Metroid? Because I feel like the majority has played this title, or at least once. And so it is, I mean, especially here on GDQ, this game specifically is a staple. It is a crowd favorite. It is a title that is beloved by so many. And I feel like as though that this natural progression of like everybody coming together, doing this map randomizer, expanding the lifespan of this title to above and beyond. It's very, very cool. Like you said, there's not many video games, especially video games from over 20 years ago, that can you could go into a Discord and say, hey, anyone want to play? And somebody at any time might say yes. You know what I mean?
Yep. Exactly.
It's special.
Exactly. Grapple beam. Interesting. Yeah, that's kind of just been overall like probably the coolest thing about Map Rando, just kind of getting the whole community, because you know there's the Super Metroid community is like it's the randomizer community has always been a little bit more niche. And a lot of like vanilla speedrunners didn't necessarily know much about the randomizer aspect, right? Now, obviously there still is the other randomizers as well. There's right now there's other randomizers like the Dash randomizer, there's the Vario randomizer, those are all still very popular. But Map Rando right now is like definitely the most popular. It's the hot thing right now. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and it showcases just so much stuff that you won't necessarily see in the vanilla game, or are very niche tricks in the vanilla game. More like things that might just be like party tricks in the vanilla game are now like serious things that you may have to do in Map Randomizer. The logic page for this, like basically, there's a whole like GitHub. It's all public, right? You can see all the logic on how everything works, right? I think there's like 30,000 lines of code, basically, kind of showcasing everything that there is in this game. It's completely bonkers. It's every single thing that's ever kind of been like conceived of by people or known, right, is attempted to be logged into the logic so that it can be implemented somewhere. It's like, oh, there's some very obscure way to get through this room. it's probably in some core logic. It's probably in some difficulty of logic. That's kind of how advanced this gets.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit more about like bosses. I know obviously Super Metroid, there's a lot of bosses. Are there points where you get to a boss and you're just like, I can't win, you know, like
Absolutely.
Yeah, like Ridley, you need missiles for, right?
Yep. So basically, I would say Kraid and Fantoon for the most part. Oh, Fantoon's here. So you can tell that Fantoon's here because this is the broken save room. Fantoon, and the map is going to be in the same room as Fantoon. So I know Fantoon is going to be left here where the map is, but completely inaccessible right now because I need power bombs to go to the bottom right, and I don't have any sort of water movement to get beyond where I am right now. So I'm gonna head back down. But yeah, I would say Fantoon and Kraid, you give me the beginning of the game and you give me 5 missiles, we can take care of that boss. However, Dragon, you know, I would say, I guess you could give me 5 missiles and you give me Morph, then maybe 10 missiles and I've got a chance. It's not gonna be easy, it would take a long time and I have a high chance of dying. But Ridley, I'm gonna need a whole loadout because of the heat. It's not very friendly to go through Ridley, so yeah. A lot of how Map Rando essentially works is you have to figure out what sort of resources. You're typically thinking in the middle of the game, like, okay, how do I kill Ridley now? Like, what kind of majors do I still need? Ridley tends to be one of the big focal points of what you need to figure out in order to beat the game. Now, once you can beat Ridley, that usually solves most of Mother Brains. That usually solves what your issues will be for Mother Brain as well. So, yeah, that's typically how that works.
And we're back here at the beginning of where we started, you know?
We are.
Typical
yeah,
Metroid.
My limiting factor right now is I don't have power bombs, and I've encountered a lot of power bomb locks. The doors are also randomized, so some doors will just be orange and I won't be able to go through. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of looking for. There is an item I couldn't get here earlier because I didn't have enough tanks, but with 3, I'm going to attempt it now. Let's see if I can get this.
Just jumping through a hot room.
Oh, that's a spicy one, Andy.
Oh, there you go. Wow, Andy sure did put the power bombs in lava.
Yep, I might die here, by the way, so... nope, looks like it'll be fun. That's kind of funny that it loops around like this. Because you're going to actually need power bombs to, like, get out of here, because down here is the exit, and power bombs are required, so... If those weren't specifically 5 power bombs, yeah, I would have been kind of sad. Alright. But yeah, Jiggy, if you got any questions, ask away. I'm an open book here.
Yeah, I mean, I think like, so just like you said here that, you know, just like in typical Metroid, the door colors are based on what items you need to get through them. And so since the door colors are randomized, do you use them kind of as reading features? Like, oh, hey, there's an orange door here. That means I likely can find power bombs, or does that not matter? I guess my question really is like, how do you read, you know, other than just being good at this game?
Yeah, that's the interesting thing, right? So it depends on the settings that you play. What I will say is we are playing on Season 5. We're on Season 5 of our Map Rando ladder. We're playing on Season 5 community settings. What that means is we're going to be playing on hard difficulty and tricky item progression. Ooh, hold on. Gotta get through this heat. All right.
Oh. Eddie just made those jumps look really easy. They're very hard. Chaining that many wall jumps. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, what that means is tricky item progression means that it will try to put a progression item behind the hardest thing that it can see in the difficulty. So in the beginning, like if I see something that's like particularly difficult, I'm gonna lean towards going towards that because it is probably going to be progression. Now, I could just reset here, and I probably should. I have the map. I can go through there. I have the power bombs. Let's collect all 3 of these major items over here. If you don't know how to read the map, basically the big circles, the big white circles are major items. The small white dots are just missile packs. The O's are energy tanks or reserve tanks, and then what you don't see right now really are the X's. The X's are going to be super missiles, or power bombs. But because I don't have anything I have to do here, I'm going to reset back to my save up there to essentially teleport closer to those majors, because I didn't really get anything other than information, and I keep the information.
So you
nice
get rid
way.
of the map, right, that you just got because you're reverting. It's not a fast. Oh no, you keep it.
I keep it. Yeah, one of the fun things, actually, that would be one of my contributions, I think, to the map. In the early stages of the map, Brando, I talked about how that kind of really sucked that you lose the map. And it's like, if you're a casual, you would just kind of screenshot it and probably why would you waste your time kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you're not going to go back and get it, right? So they decided, you get the map, you keep the map. And that's really cool. So it invites strategies where, oh, I see the map. I know I have to do some I might have to dive through some water that I can't get back from to get it, but it's worth it, right? So it's really cool that it has that layer of tactics where you might have to just dive in and sack for the map. I think that's really cool personally. So I kind of did the same thing. I went through that really dangerous hell run earlier through the heat because I was like, you know what? I had a save not too long ago. It's worth it to try to get through the heat if I can. I'm going to try to flex and do this wall jump again. Let's see if I can get it within a few tries. It's probably gonna take me 3 minutes now, but I can't believe I first tried this last time.
There we go.
That was pretty quick.
Yeah.
That is okay, I said frame perfect. It's kind of weird. It's like a half pixel, half not pixel perfect thing. It depends on your subpixels if you can get it or not, but it's extremely difficult.
The casual pixels beneath the pixels, sub-pixels,
Exactly.
Yeah. Just the flex right now.
The flex right
again,
now.
Folks, Eddie made that look super easy. Doing a wall jump in this game, chaining it to another wall jump is extremely hard.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw some Metroids. You can't kill them yet, right? You don't have the ice.
I can kill them with power bombs. You can actually kill them with power bombs. Yeah. That is in the vanilla game as well. But they will probably kill me if I'm not careful. And I don't have any need to kill them, so I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to collect all this loot that... all this loot that Andy decided to leave me. Thank you, Andy. But no suits, unfortunately.
No, it's gonna be
I think that's to be expected. All right. Yeah. So what I will say is, if any of this seems pretty interesting to you, if you kind of are a fan of Super Metroid, the cool movement, stuff like that, and but speedrunning is a little too intimidating. Maybe it's oh, you saw. If you're watching GDQ, you've probably seen all the top speedrunners compete, and it might look too intimidating, right? But Mad Brando truly has players of all skill levels, and a lot of people, funny enough, that are speedrunners have been humbled by Mad Brando as well. So it's there's kind of people of all skill levels all joining races, and it's a lot of fun. I would strongly suggest joining if possible.
I also think it's very cool because in reality, it's yes, right now, you are speedrunning this map rando, and yeah, we're talking about races as well, the racing aspect of it. But in reality, if you just like this game, this really does open up a dramatic amount more play. That's that's me with Link to the Past or this one is you can really do anything, boot up a seed and play, re-experience this title in a totally different way.
Yeah, and one of the other things that sometimes people get a little intimidated by is, they'll watch, if you ever watch my stream, you might see me doing some, an insane difficulty map rando, where it makes me do triple frame perfect tricks and stuff like that, or things that I'm spending hours on just dying repeatedly, right? But the realistic truth is that's a very specialized difficulty. You can just set everything to basic. You could make it so that you could make it so oh, I can't wall jump, right? The game will try to accommodate, and if it can't give you progression without wall jumps, it'll give you space jump or something early to progress. So there's always just a way to like play the game essentially. And I think that's just one of the cool parts of Map Rando.
The accessibility that the community has is really cool.
Exactly. So a lot of people will like watch me and be like, well, I can't do that, so I'm not going to play. But you know, Map Rando is like, you could set the difficulty to basic if you want, and have the whole, because realistically, I would say the first time I ever played Map Rando, even to this day, I'm going to take the save right here and go to Brintstar and try to get that map. I'm going to attack for that map like I saw earlier. I would say one of the big things about Map Rando is it really makes the world feel completely brand new. Right? Like the world feels completely brand new. So if you kind of like want to play Super Metroid again, and you want like a new experience, but you know, you don't want the exact same experience because maybe you played it not too long ago and you want to try something a little bit new. This is perfect. Basically, it'll give you that feeling of like, wow, I'm exploring a new world, but I'm still playing Super Metroid. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get this map. See what happens. Perhaps there's nothing, but we'll see.
You never know.
So this is currently we're playing once again the season 5 settings. What we decided for season 5 is okay.
Yeah, that was
Right
actually
now,
a question
I'm not
I had was how dramatic do you usually go for each of the seasons? I don't know. Do you have a favorite favorite map or favorite settings list?
Yeah. So basically, like, for the seasons, like, I feel like nothing is too. Hold on, give me a second to think about this.
Yeah,
that's a lot of stuff up there. That's a lot of stuff up there, and I kind of want to get that. All right,
and go visit the
ship.
ship.
I get back? There's
that
the
a
ship.
dead end to the right of the ship?
No, there's the turning entrance. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get we want those major items, so we're gonna go this way. But yeah, sorry. So as I go up and get those major items, originally you were saying what's changed between the seasons. The seasons are they've mostly just been the same. Season 1, back then we didn't have the super missiles and power bombs. Those were mixed in with the energy tanks, so those were all just marked as O's on the map. What that kind of led to was a result of the game kind of being a lot more about just collecting all the major items. When typically in Rando, one of the big decisions has always been, do I want to go for ammo and finish the game that way, or do I want to go for find charge beam and Varia suit and all that stuff, and all that good stuff. So that's kind of been one of the things that got changed, because when the O's have energy tanks mixed in with the ammo, then it gets harder to kind of like go like, okay, I need a few more supers, but how do I get them? I'm gonna do something that's known as a grapple jump here to kind of glitch my way up there if I'm not bad at this game, but hold on, give me a sec. Oh my goodness. Jiggy, I'm choking.
I believe.
All right, here we go. Slap this wall. When you come out of a grapple, you're in kind of a weird state where you can just repeatedly jump, morph, and then you can get your jump back after you unmorph. So that's kind of what I did right there. And I get rewarded with the ship and 3 major items over here. And I'm excited to see what they are.
We love the ship.
But yeah, this season, basically the regions, now you're seeing Brintstar. The labelings on the various regions are, they do mean something. So Norfair is going to be speed booster. Norfair is going to be whatever is at the bottom, the lowest region. What would you say? The bottommost region. And Criteria is going to be the highest region. So we're in Brintstar right now. So even though I'm at the ship, I'm not at the top of the world. The top of the world is going to be Criteria. Now, sometimes, you know, depending on how the map looks like, it might not feel that way necessarily, but that's kind of the idea. Gives you a little bit of structure, a little bit of tactical decisions when you're choosing which region to go to, because you may want to not isolate out a region if it's like at the very end of the world. So if you're near Norfair at the beginning of the game, you might want to choose that over, let's say, Meridia, because you want to finish off the region before, so that you don't have to ever come back. That kind of stuff is like a decision you might make in a competitive setting.
The seed really did just say you will now spin in the air. They gave you screw attack, everything, the whole deal.
Yep. I'm spinning. We're spinning all right.
Well, not on.
All right,
not
so
on
I'm gonna,
but you know.
I'm gonna demonstrate one of the things that you don't see in the vanilla game because there's never really dry rooms that enter water rooms. But if you start from running from a dry area and you go into water, you can actually get a short charge. So that does work in the vanilla game. It's just you never really get into a situation like that in the vanilla game. So yeah, that is a vanilla mechanic. You can actually emulate that mechanic by having gravity suit and then turning it off while you're running. Like, you can actually still do that and see that the mechanic in fact does work. But that's one of the cool things that you see in Map Rando, you just don't see in the vanilla game. That's one of the reasons why Map Rando is also so cool, because you get situations like that.
Is there a setting, Eddie, that randomizes if a room is flooded or if a room is hot?
No. Now, people have talked about that. There's always requests for stuff like that, and the development team loves to hear, any suggestions, right? So join the Discord, maprando.com. You can join the Discord, right? And go ahead, and if you have any suggestions, feel free to send them to them. But one of the reasons why they haven't done that, I mean, aside from the fact that I'm not sure what the technical difficulties would be of something like that, but every single one of these rooms has its own set of logic. Like, the rooms are not broken down from the rooms are actually broken down to nodes. So this door right here is going to be considered a node. So everything is can you get from here to here, right? And so every single room is broken down to a T. It's extremely meticulous. Nodes and points are all graphed out and labeled. And so if you started adding heat to the equation, then you're gonna have to start getting a whole set of logic attached to that as well.
Yeah.
Because hell runs are some of the most difficult things to actually add logic for, because they're kind of they're handcrafted by a human being. An actual dev has to determine how much health does it require you to get through this room. So someone actually has to test it and put that information in. And that's been done in Map Rando for every single room, which is why it's completely crazy that Map Rando exists, honestly.
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. I mean, that, again, the original, the vanilla Super Metroid map is one of the best created maps of all time. They I said it in the intro and you just said it, it's fully meticulous with the way that they created something that is timeless, but then also just so well put together.
Yep. So this is not Fantoon because we saw the broken save in Fantoon earlier. And you know what I'm realizing? I shouldn't be here because I know where Fantoon is because we saw the Fantoon map. I didn't see the actual Fantoon location, meaning the only boss I can find is Ridley, and I don't think I want to find Ridley right now. Now, that being said, there's 3 majors right next to that save that I took earlier, so I'm going to teleport right back there, and I'm going to grab this stuff. And I have a strange feeling these things might be real good items, so I might be crushing the seed after this one, Jiggy.
Oh, I'm ready.
I have a sneaking suspicion I'm going to be crushing the seed after this.
I can't wait for 3 E-tanks. Let's go missiles!
Okay,
even better.
Okay. All right, you got me, Andy. I see. But are you going to stop me from getting these majors, Andy? That's the real question.
All right, I'm ready. I'm ready for missiles. Type 1 in the chat if you think it's an E-tank. Type 2 if you think it's missiles. Type 3 if you think it's a good item.
Okay, they are big circles, so they're going to be major items. That's why. So there is that. It's charge. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
That's an okay item.
Yeah. And this is the major item. So what is it?
Yeah.
That's Varia's suit. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, you want
now,
that.
I could do a spring ball jump, but I'm going to do something called an underwater wall jump. This is definitely forbidden tech. That's forbidden tech. So yeah, singular wall jumping up. It's really cool. Singular wall jumping I mean, I'll demonstrate it real quick, okay? But so you can get a better idea of what I just did, right? But I'm actually scaling a wall underwater up one side, right? Now that was something that I can say with reasonable confidence that I'm pretty sure only like a handful of people in the entire world could do that just 2 years ago.
Just more flexing.
And now a lot of people can. Like, because of Map Rando, the competitive advantage it gives you in Map Randomizer is actually really big. So a lot of people have learned how to do it for that reason, but it's a very, very unintuitive movement. It's like reverse of what you do for normal wall jumps. So people that, in a weird way, people that are very experienced in Super Metroid almost have a harder time learning it because you have to start breaking your muscle memory. So yeah, it involves like a left-right-left press and not just a left-right press. But yeah, I did learn that because fellow randomizer player M2NES cartridge crushed me in a randomizer once, and I was like, how'd you beat me? I thought we did like similar things. And then he said he did that underwater wall jump to get to a boss a lot faster than I did. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I gotta learn this right now.
You learn from others' success, you know?
Mm-hmm. All right, so now that I have all this stuff, I have, whether the game likes it or not, I have enough stuff to probably just beat this game. The game may not agree, because the game says, hey, like, you know, you don't have your gravity suit, right? But with Spring Ball, Space Jump, High Jump, Varia suit, I can take care of this game. I don't need that gravity suit. All right, let's go to Meridia. That's kind of where I know Fantoon and the other two bosses are. I don't know where Ridley is yet, but I didn't want to explore that other zone earlier because that's kind of by Mother Brain. And I don't want to explore that zone randomly because if Fantoon's map happens to be hiding Ridley, I would want to take advantage of that. And hope that Ridley's kind of over there. But if Ridley was kind of back in that zone I abandoned, then, you know, it's a little bit of time lost, but not a big deal. I'm going to redo that. I should be nailing this.
It is true. It is true. You do look very cool with the gravity suit, though, Eddie. You could go find it.
That is true. That is true. You want me to go find the gravity suit?
Nah, no, it's okay. We can go. We can go.
But
beat up.
if it's close by, I can go get it.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, should I? Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll do that.
What? So wait, you don't need Ice Beam?
You do not need Ice Beam. No.
Really?
There's multiple ways to. Well, okay. It depends on what you expect. It depends on what you need it for, right? But typically in Map Rando, what you want Ice Beam for at the end of the game is to do a trick known as Zeb Skip. Lets you kind of skip all the Zebatites you have to normally explode to kind of like get to Mother Brain. But with the Ice Beam, it would let you skip that. But there's other ways to do that without. I'm gonna run up here for fun.
So Eddie, will you remind? I know we're fighting. We're feeding. Oh my God, Kraid, not Fantoon. But can you tell me what are the clear conditions again for this, for Map Rando?
Yeah. So conditions for Map Rando. Basically, you have to kill all 4 bosses, and normally all 4 bosses in the vanilla game will. All 4 bosses are required to beat the game, and it will unlock the statues. Unlock the statues room, which then lets you get to Mother Brain. However, because it's Map Randomizer, that room is just a normal room now. What that means is Mother Brain, the Mother Brain room now just has 4 gates that essentially just lock the entry to getting to the actual boss. So yeah, basically the 4 bosses that we have to kill, Kraid, Fantoon, Ridley, and Dragon, will unlock the 4 gates that will open up the entry to Mother Brain. So once Mother Brain is down, then we have to escape as usual, back to the ship. And the ship, once again, we saw it earlier, is not, it's not a vanilla escape, it's a different escape. So we have to do that as well. Once we get back to the ship, that's the end of the game.
Heck yeah.
All right, zoom through here. I'm having some fun with the seed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a little trouble figuring out what the logic was for the seed, but it's been fun. I'll say that. I'll get that majored on there too.
The logic was pain and water and
Yep.
yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna showcase the underwater wall jump once again here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Space jump, boom, get out. This was the exact underwater wall jump that was used to beat me on that one rando that got me salty to learn it. It's pretty great, actually. That room specifically was the catalyst. All right. So there's a major item down here. Let's go check what it is. This sounds fun. This is just a missile. I'm gonna grab it for fun.
Just get, one extra. I was wondering if 45 missiles was enough. I mean, I know you're, very good at this game, but
45 missiles is enough,
how many does
yeah.
Ridley take? I think he takes like.
Well, I have the charge beam, so it'll be fine regardless. But Ridley would take 180 missiles exactly if you only fought him with missiles.
Oh, plasma beam! Let's go.
Yeah, Ridley would take only 24 of these bad boys right here. These hurt pretty bad.
Plasma beam, very, very good.
Yep. But yeah, fun fact, 180 missile. Ridley has 18,000 HP.
Wow.
That means 180 missiles, so that's 100 damage per missile. 30 super missiles, because Ridley takes double damage from supers, 600 per super. And power bombs actually hit for 200. So
wow.
Power bombs can also double hit Ridley, so they can do 400. So that would be, I don't know what the math is on that. As I shoot out these turrets, because I have to fight Dragon. Yeah, if you
fighting
had,
Ridley is also one of the key and fun features of our GDQ Gauntlet Station. If you've ever been to a GDQ event and you've seen the Gauntlet Stations, fighting Ridley is one of those challenges. You have to fight him with the specific amount of missiles required. It's a lot of fun.
We got some
and very
microwave shrimp real quick. Okay.
Oh, good night.
Delicious. Yep. Microwave shrimp. Yep.
And now,
so with the plasma beam, yeah, with the plasma beam, if we shoot Dragon, it'll actually go through Dragon, and what'll end up happening is, if you use the X-ray, her invincibility frames wear off, but we can still, the plasma beam basically still exists, so. Just constantly takes damage after we let the X-ray go, and yeah, don't microwave your shrimp. Bad things happen. When's the last time you played Metroid, Jiggy?
Ooh, I played Super Metroid during a SNES wheel that I did a while back, and I was running for before Metroid Prime came out. I was doing actually Metroid wheel, where every time we got 10 subs on my channel, I was switching Metroid games. We did end up beating this one. I got real stuck with Metroid Prime Pinball. I don't know, Eddie, if you've ever played that DS title.
I don't think I have, no.
It's tough, and
is it fun?
Fun is a word that can be said in the same sentence as it, but maybe not correlate with Metroid Prime Pinball. Yeah.
I feel like I like these pinball games, but maybe not.
So you have to get all 7 of the in Prime you have to get the 7 like MacGuffins, the hologram things. And so the only way for you to win in Metroid Prime Pinball is if you get all 7 and go fight Ridley. But if you only get 3 balls, just like a normal pinball game, and then it resets. So it's fun because you have to like beat bosses and do challenges in order to get the MacGuffins, but there is no progress to be made in that. That one and Federation Force really blew me up when it came to the franchise. Yeah. But I love this title, and Metroid Zero Mission are my 2 favorite Metroid games.
I see.
Yeah. Dread is really good though too. And I have not played Prime 4. I've been told both ways. I've been told yes, it's awesome, and then I've been told no, don't bother, you'll cry. So I don't know. Have you Eddie, have you 3D Metroided before?
I have. Can I tell you kind of a secret? It's kind of interesting on that topic.
A secret that you're going to tell in front of all 1,000 plus GDQ watchers?
Absolutely. You know, when I was a kid, I wasn't really that much of a Metroid fan. I think part of it is because I didn't own the cartridge, right? My friend had it, but like the game itself was too spooky for me as a kid, right? I preferred my Kirby's and my Marios, right? But at the end of the day, Fantoon's gonna be right here, by the way, because we know that Fantoon, what the broken save is. So left is the map. That means right door is Fantoon. But yeah, what got me back into the whole like speedrunning thing was the GDQ, the speed run, and watching people that speedrun this game. I was like, wow, the movement in this game looks really, really sick and really cool. So from like a sweaty competitive gamer aspect, I'm like, wow, this game looks really, really sick. I want to play it, right?
Highest skill.
We're gonna have some microwave Fantoon as well. So, yep, delicious.
Good
Play
night,
bomb inside
Fantoon.
as well. Yep.
Again, that plasma beam kind of obliterates.
Yeah, it's pretty good beam, pretty decent.
Eddie, have you ever played Other M?
I have not. I thought about
I would like that. All right, Eddie enjoyers in the chat, Eddie viewers, Eddie YouTube enjoyers. You have to convince Eddie to do a sub goal or something so he plays a Metroid Other M, so he can learn the glories of the baby. It is a direct sequel to this title, Eddie. You have to know. Yes.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Other M is a sequel to.
I've heard that it's quite legendary.
It's a game of all time. Reason. Let's just say that.
It is a game of all. That's pretty much what I've heard. Yeah, it's a game of all time.
Yeah, it's they made choices. Let's just say that. I'm a weirdo. I think I enjoy the weird gameplay loop of Other M. I think that the gameplay is actually somewhat fun. It's just 90% of it is not fun because they sure did make choices.
You know, any gripes that I've heard about it personally, I don't know if it's ever really been about the gameplay. So that's kind of the interesting thing. I feel like I've heard gripes about other things.
I think the worst part about the gameplay is you have to play with the Wiimote, and there's a weird thing. You know, there's like they wanted some Prime action, so you point the Wiimote at the TV and you go into first person. It's very interesting, but it also is very fun because you can break bosses that were not meant to be played in first person. Like the developers designed some of the bosses to be played in side-scrolling normal Metroid mode, and then if you go in first-person mode, they just blow up, and it's really fun. So I'm not defending it, everyone, but there's something. You know, Team Ninja did make that game, and they sure do also make other games. So,
you know, Jiggy, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I'm also a fan of like weird gameplay loops, so I might like it too. I know, right? So I actually trust your opinion on that.
Yeah. The story sucks though. It's really bad.
I've heard that.
It's rough. Samus is going through like a quarter life crisis, and she sure is a person in that game. like not to do spoilers, but I'll say this if you don't know, and for Chad if you don't know, you know how in Metroid a core mechanic is finding all your things, like you know how Eddie's running around this map finding things. Yep. In Other M, Samus has all of her cool gear. She just turns it off because this dude says, "Hey, don't use that right now. You're not allowed."
Yep. I've heard that meme for a very long time now. Yeah. So even without having played the game, I feel like I knew about that.
Yeah, Samus is also crazy and is so in love with this dude that she ends up, when he dies, turning him into the ship in Metroid Fusion. So Yeah.
I got a little jump scared right there. I was taking a drink of my water, but
They got you here.
I have enough health. Yep, I got enough health.
They're sucking.
If you have fun fact, if you have screw attack and you're in the middle of your screw attack, you don't take damage. So, yeah.
Oh, Eddie, how are you feeling about this seed? Did Andy blow you up? I think you're doing pretty good.
That early game was a little bit weird, but you know, I'm gonna be honest. If it's a hard, tricky seed, Andy would be hard pressed to find a seed that's gonna really crush me in the beginning of the game. So I think his best bet was to spread out all these bosses as far as possible, which I think he did a pretty good job of. So good job, Andy. Good job.
So right now you've killed 2 of the 4 bosses, correct?
I am on the 4. I am on Ridley. So
oh, you're heading to Ridley. So the 4th.
Yeah. So this is the 4th boss. Should be right around the corner somewhere. There he is. And that's probably my gravity suit as well. So, and you knew I wasn't getting that one. He definitely saw Ridley next to gravity suit. Okay, don't let him get the gravity suit.
But at least these hot rooms don't do much to you anymore.
Yep. Should I make this a little spicy somehow, Jiggy? Is there anything you want me to do to make this a little spicier? I can make myself a little bit weaker or something if you want.
I don't know. I feel like it's you're showcasing the skill here. You know, I don't.
Okay.
You got the ice beam. You're doing good on that.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Here, let's you like the ice beam, right? Let's keep the ice beam
just
on.
charge an ice beam.
This
was another thing that okay, this is a very interesting thing. So what you're doing right now, that's in vanilla. In vanilla, you can absolutely turn things on and off in vanilla Super Metroid. Nobody does, because why would you? But it was so interesting that they implemented the ability for you to turn off things. So like Eddie's right now, you turned off screw attack, you turned off high jump, you turned off everything. All you're doing is fighting Ridley right now with just ice beam and charge, which is wild.
Yep. All right. So this should be 200 shots, I believe.
Oh my gosh. Okay. The flex right now, chat. Can we get the hype in there? Eddie's just like, I am so good at Samus that I can do it with just charge beam and ice beam.
I did have that low ice race against Oats. So this is pretty similar to the loadout that we had to have there. So I'm pretty experienced in this. I did have the gravity suit though, so Ridley's hitting me for twice the damage.
It is really interesting though that like you know exactly where to stand. Take notes, everybody, because Ridley is a monster, but Eddie here is just showing exactly where you can stand and how not to get hit. Yep. So pretty cool.
It's this left corner over here. You can't do the right corner. Oh,
he got you, but you're still good. You're still good. You got 4.
Yep.
You said 200 hits?
200 hits. Yep.
Wow.
Ridley will start turning red once he gets under half. So basically, I'm not going to count yet, but once he gets to 99, or once he turns red, I'm going to start counting to 99 in my head.
All right, folks. I want you to count in the chat, too.
All right. Now he's going to start doing his swoops. So not just the pogos anymore.
Yep. So now you have to read the swoops and the pogos.
Yep.
Very
Ridley's AI is
specific
really
jumps
complicated.
here.
You basically, I would say the one thing is you do not want to be, jump unless you know what you're doing against Ridley. If you start jumping, Ridley gets really erratic and you have no idea what he's going to do.
Yeah, jumping just sets him off, you know? He goes crazy.
And I'm jumping right now, but what I mean is like jumping high enough to like above this door. You only want to do that if you know what you're doing.
Is there a reason why Eddie is using just the ice and charge beam? Because he's flexing. And we're here for it.
Sometimes you gotta flex.
Sometimes you just gotta show everybody on GDQ how good at this game you are.
Exactly.
You know, it's so talk to me about this movement and how you're doing. Yeah, obviously with pogos, we've determined that you moonwalk back to the back left of the left cube. With jumps, you're jumping, you're wall jumping over the jumps. We're at 50 right now, or no, we're at 100, so we're at 50% left. You have 3 energy tanks left.
Sorry, I'm on shot 10. I'm caught into 99 in my head. It's a little hard, but you can keep talking.
No, you are good. I'm just trying to read how you're doing this. And again, like we're it's 200 ice beam charge shots.
Yep.
And you said 18,000.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop counting. I'll let you. I'll answer your question here. So basically, what I want to do when I get under him, right? If he's pogoing and I wanna get back under, so what I do is I roll under. Ooh, he did a back pogo, 1 in 32. Oh, he did it again. That's crazy.
Wait, 1 out of what?
1 out of 32 for him to randomly do a back pogo like that if I'm far away.
Wow.
But basically, what I do is I roll under him, and then I spin jump, get above the door, and then I break my spin. So when I'm in my spin, he has a different set of like AI. His AI works in a certain way. And he's waiting for me to do something. So once I break my spin above the door, then he'll turn around on his pogo.
Wow! So you are abusing his AI by having him think that you're going to jump up there, and that's what triggers pogo a second time, right?
Yep.
That's what you've done loop here. And then when he comes up here to do this jump, that's when you do that consistent. It's very consistent. It's kind of intense.
Yep. So basically, he always does a swoop, and then he does a lunge, and then after he does the lunge, he chooses to do another swoop, or he does another pogo. So watch, swoop, right? Now I stand right here. He's gonna try to pick me up, dodge him. Now what does he do? Okay, he's doing another swoop. I wait a little bit. If I hear a thud, then I know he's pogoing. Okay, what is he doing? Thud. So he's back to a pogo.
Back to pogo. Wow. So there's an audio cue there of pogoing.
Yep, and the screen also shakes. Okay, so swoop. He's lunging. I dodge the lunge. What am I doing? What is he doing? Thud. So that's kind of the thing. The thing is, if you get hit, it's really easy to panic and completely lose control of the fight.
That's why everybody loses at Ridley.
Exactly. That's where it all kind of like the experience just kind of comes in, because he does a lot of damage if you're not careful. So it's all about kind of keeping your cool.
This is, I would say I know this is cliche, but I would say what we're witnessing right now, chat, is basically Eddie's version of I have mastered this boss in the same style a Dark Souls creator has mastered a Dark Souls boss.
Yeah, pretty much, I would say. I say that as I'm gonna have to use my reserves here. I thought he was dead, so we'll see if he's...
That's my fault for making you lose track of counting.
No, that's okay. I wasn't realistically going to count to 99 here.
I see in the chat here, I see this fight. This is the fight that broke me on one of my playthroughs of the game when I was 15 years old, so I'm super impressed. That's what's cool about this, you know?
So the tricky part about Ridley and why you have to count, because you would think, okay, why do you have to count until he's dead, right? It's actually not about what shot is going to kill him, so you can be like more aggressive or something like that. The reason why is because when Ridley's dead, he won't actually die. He has to actually pick you up, or he has to attempt to grab you 10 times, and then after the 10th time, he gets so mad he dies. That's actually how Ridley works. So basically what happens very, very often to speedrunners or new players is they're like, I've done so much damage to him, why isn't he dying? And then they start jumping around and flailing, and then thereby extending Ridley's like pattern and making him pogo again, because he can keep attacking you when he's dead, right? So you have to let him pick you up. That's kind of how you actually end the fight. And so that's why it's very, very, very important to count, especially as a speedrunner, to count how many shots, so you know Ridley is exactly at this point,
because he's just gonna keep going until he picks you up, right? And if you dodge, you're just gonna die, you know, right?
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's interesting because if you're a casual, the way the fight generally ends when you're a casual is you're freaking out the whole time and going like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, what's going on? And then he picks you up and you're like, oh, and then he dramatically explodes in the air. And then it's like a pretty cool end to the fight, right? Like that's kind of what
is.
ends up happening. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Or you have to dodge him 10 times and you're like, oh, I'm so scared I'm gonna die. And then he just blows up randomly in the air. Like that's kind of the end to the fight for a casual. So
Wow.
in that sense, it's really cool. But as a speedrunner, it's like you have to count the shots so that you can end the fight. You have to be the one to end the fight because he will not die unless he picks you up, basically.
I'm seeing another question here from our wonderful audience that's asking, is Super Metroid still hard in 2026 standards? And I'll answer this first, but I want to know Eddie's opinion. Personally, I think that this game is a tough video game on your first playthrough, but I think it is so worth the playthrough that while it is challenging, I don't think that 2026 makes games harder. I think, in fact, it's quite the opposite. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, Eddie?
So having, I had my wife play Link to the Past, right? I did kind of have my wife do a little bit of a Super Metroid playthrough, right? I would say this game is quite challenging in 2026 by 2026 standards. Now, aside from the fact that it's Super Metroid, kind of like the spawn of all the Metroidvania genres. It's kind of like one of the ones that started it all, right?
Yeah.
Crypticness aside, I think the actual gameplay is really hard. I didn't, from a speedrunner's perspective, it's hard for me to like judge it correctly, right? But when I saw my wife have to fight Kraid with, I think, one E-Tank, I realized that's not an easy fight if you don't know speedrun strats or anything about the game. It's not an easy fight. It's actually really, really hard. I think Fantoon is also quite difficult because you kind of don't have an understanding of how to win the fight, right? So I feel like you almost certainly die your first time around. I would say it's quite difficult personally. It's hard for me to say, right? Because my experience is just watching someone newer play it, but for me, I'm kind of like almost not the right person to ask because, I kind of like started the game by speedrunning essentially, even though I did play it as a kid. But I do remember as a kid, I remember just not being able to beat this game because it was too hard and scary.
I think that this game has one of the highest skill caps of any game like ever.
Oh, absolutely.
You can just get better and better and better at it. It's almost like a fighting game in that sense.
100%. 100%.
Like Eddie makes this look like crazy because he's moving like butter and smoothly. You put me on the controller and I'd be like, oh, how do I boost jump?
Yeah, I think what people may not understand is this game has there's a lot of games. I've speedrun. I've done like some small speedruns here and there. Like I've done like 11 Exit Super Mario World cloud glitch, right? And it has like a glitch where you grab a cloud, but some of those levels are essentially from a technical perspective very trivial. You mostly hold right, you jump at the right time kind of thing, right? And there's tech in every level, but this game, there's an unlimited skill cap. For one, you can arm pump and move 1 pixel faster, but grabbing a ledge like cleanly, right? Like you'll watch beginners, like, they'll jump up here like this, and they'll do one of these, they'll do one of these, right? But if you watch like top pros play and seasoned players, you'll see them grab these ledges like this. It'll look buttery smooth, right? Because we're gonna extend the hitbox so that she snaps on these ledges, right? Stuff like that. Like it's a base mechanic that like if you're gonna learn how to play this game really well, you need to do it from day one. Like you need to understand spin jump and then snap onto the ledge like this. Spin jump, snap on the ledge like that. That's gonna, if you keep doing that every single day, your movement will start getting buttery smooth, basically. Being able to wall jump extremely quick, all that stuff is, stuff that gets you trained from the get-go, and it takes years to get really, really good at it.
Wow. I think that this game, and it's so interesting because they're both Super Nintendo titles. I look at this game and I look at I look at Link to the Past, and I say they are two different video games that are so dramatically different when it comes to like how you were supposed to play them on your first playthrough. I think that both Super Metroid and A Link to the Past are so hard on your first playthrough, and then the more you play them, the better they get. It is so interesting. They're not titles that once you are done playing them, you never play them again. These are titles that get better the more you play them in every way. And here we are at Mother Brain.
All right, so are we gonna save or kill the animals? We can do both.
I say kill them. There's no donations incentives on Hotfix, but I will say if you want to support Hotfix, or you want to support GDQ, consider subscribing. Consider subscribing or giving us your bits, tips, or subs, your Prime Gaming sub, and you can support GDQ if you want to see cool events and little runs like this. Consider helping us out, and you get ad-free viewing and some really awesome emotes. And Mother Brain's gone. Bored.
Yep. I could save them if you want. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, do it up. I say let's save them.
All right, let's do it. 5:15. Well, okay, never mind. No, I'll save them. That's a long time. All right, so
5:15. Are you like really far down? Like you got to get to the ship, right?
Yeah, but if you save the animals, so Andy said it so that it's optional. So the animals are at Bomb Terizo's room.
But do you know where?
So see how the ship's right there?
Yeah.
So the escape timer shouldn't be that long, but let's see where it is. Let's see on the map.
Oh my gosh.
Look, see, there it is in the wrecked ship, all the way over there.
Wow.
All right. Okay, so yeah, let's go save the animal.
Oh my gosh! All right, folks, you better gift out some subs for this one. I want to see 10 gifted if you can for Eddie to go literally out of his way to save the animals.
Okay, let me think about this. I have to think about.
Can
how
you
we're
do
gonna
it
get
in
there,
5
right?
minutes?
Yeah,
It's far.
Yeah. It is really far. Criteria, wreck ship. Yeah, I could go that way. I don't know what the best way is. I guess I'd go through Turian.
Does it put it in logic?
Yeah, so you want me to explain how this works?
Yes,
I'll head my way
please.
over there. Okay, so basically, I think I talked about how the hell runs are handcrafted, right? So in Map Rando, when you defeat Mother Brain, the default solution is it then gives you every item in the game, right? That's just kind of like how Map Rando works, right? And the reason for that is because the escape timer, like if you think about it, like how would you even calculate an escape timer in Map Rando, right? Isn't that kind of like, right? Because in the vanilla game, it's like, okay, well, that's a static map. We know exactly how long it's gonna take. The developers decided, okay, 3 minutes is good, right? But in Map Rando, like, how do you do that? The whole world is completely different, right? So if you want the honest truth on how it works and why this is such an incredible undertaking, once again, there was a dev, or there were devs that handcrafted every single one. They gave themselves a full loadout. They've calculated the time it takes to get from each door to each door in every single room. So this door, how long it takes from the middle door to the top door, middle door to the middle top door, middle door to the left door. Every single thing has been calculated, right? And handwritten by a human being. Every single door.
Wow.
And so what it does is now you have a calculation for every single configuration of door room. And now you have a number for every single room. So you just sum that all together and that's your number. And depending on the difficulty that you play, you can make that, it gives it a multiplier. So on hard, it gives it a, I think they adjusted it. I want to say it's like a 40% multiplier, but I might be a little bit off. If you play on like insane difficulty, you're going to have like almost no multiplier. You're basically have to make like no mistakes, basically. So for 5 minutes, that's kind of hard.
Yeah. There they are. You just have to get there.
Here we are on the wrecked ship.
Making our way down just to make your way out.
Yep. Why do these guys have to hide in such an inconvenient location?
They really did say, I want to be so far away from the ship.
Yeah, they almost like don't want to be saved here. That's kind of crazy.
And by doing this, you have doomed us all to the to start Metroid Fusion.
Yep. Come on, little guy. All right, let's go.
All right,
we're out.
To the ship. 3 minutes. Will Eddie make it?
All the way back to the ship.
What a fun little Easter egg. It's quite interesting. I wonder, and I don't know about this, maybe somebody in the audience knows, was there original lore that Super Metroid, like when they revealed that you could save the animals, like what was the point of it? What was the original reason why they were stuck? Was it just funsies? Because I know like later when they made Metroid, when they made Metroid Fusion, they implemented the canonical ending is that the animals, had the virus on them or whatever. But I'm curious to know what the original like lore was. You got this,
I didn't
Eddie.
know
I believe.
that there was a virus on one of them. Actually, I had no idea that was the lore. I did play Fusion at some point, like a year or two ago, but I did not know that was like a thing.
Yeah, and again, correct me if I am wrong. The lore is the animals had the X virus or something like that, and they flee to the planet and infect the planet. Hence why.
Oh, wow, that's actually
Samus gets infected. Yeah.
That makes me rethink the animals a little bit.
It's real funny because for those, you all know me. I love my timelines. I love my nonsense. I love my story. I love my interconnected Nintendo games. And the Metroid franchise is no stranger to storytelling in one singular timeline. With this being, of course, Metroid 3, and us being on Metroid 6. Oh no. I'm sorry, 5 with Metroid Dread. Dread being the final one so far. And Samus is just obliterated by the end of the franchise so far. She is like part mutant, part Metroid, part robot. She's obliterated.
Everything.
Fusion, her suit is part of her skin, and then Dread, she becomes a creature.
Yeah, I think Samus is just literally everything at that point. Oops. Little clip there. All right. We're getting close.
1 minute, 30 seconds. Can you do it?
Oh, yeah. I got this, Jiggy.
I believe.
All right, here it is. All right, we're gonna.
With 1 minute and 22 seconds to spare. Wow.
Boom. That's time.
GG.
GG.
Eddie, this was awesome. Thank you so much for taking us through the Metroid smoothie that Andy created you. This rocked. So thank you so much for bringing a little Super Metroid to our Friday evening. Eddie, tell us more about what you do on your channel, where they can find you, what you've been up to, and what you got coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got a pretty good Twitch username. It's twitch.tv/Eddie with an IE. Yeah, I pretty much just play Super Metroid, map randos. I do some other stuff occasionally, but mostly map randos, competitive map randos, or really, really difficult, extreme difficult map randos, that kind of stuff. That's kind of everything on my MLE. And I also do some speedrunning. That's what I was originally kind of known for, but I also make YouTube videos. I'm working on that right now. My YouTube channel tag is @Edzwo, EDZWO. So there's that as well. But yeah, just if you want to watch Super Metroid, you want to talk to me, you got any questions about Super Metroid, I'm always there to answer questions as well. My community is great. We banter a lot, so if you people are bantering with you, just know that that's just kind of the vibe that we got. It's all in good love here. So yeah, that's me.
That is true. I want everybody to do yourself a favor and hover over the title of this broadcast and click on Eddie's name and click the follow button. Seriously, if you enjoy not just Super Metroid, but any of those things, any of those types of games, you've been doing all kinds of stuff over on your channel. Go and give Eddie some love. It's a great channel to hang out, and I'm a big Eddie watcher myself. I love a good Eddie stream, and definitely go check out his YouTube as well. Eddie, thank you so much for being here. You absolutely destroyed this. Seriously, I very much appreciate you being on the show tonight.
Yeah, Jiggy, thanks so much for inviting me. It was a lot of fun. I had a great time.
Absolutely. With that, folks, that is the ending of our Speedruns Today programming. My name is Jiggy. I've been hanging out with you here on the GDQ channel for the last couple hours, and I very much appreciate you hanging out and listening to all of the news that we've had. I will be back here in June with Oops, You Died 3, a full celebration of the Dark Souls and Elden Ring franchise, the Souls-likes. That will be at the end of June, right before SGDQ. So I hope that I will see you then and there. If you missed out on today's show or you missed out on Fast Travel, stay tuned, as we are going to replay them both right after this, and tune in tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time for the Frame Fatale's Game of the Month celebration. Once again, I have been Jiggy. I've been hanging out with you all day, and I will see you all next month. Bye, everybody. See you later.